Hello, everyone, and welcome here to Town Hall Heroes, episode number 102. My name is SolidJake, and as you'll notice, Zoia just couldn't leave us alone. He is back. Let me get them some voice.
Yeah, I didn't get a message from Jake at like 3 a.m. last night. Like, dude, please, I can't do this without you. Come back.
Welcome back, Zoia. He is here
Yeah.
as a guest, a bit of a change of pace. BKB and
Hey,
Cris.
hey.
But let's get to the intro, Zoia. What's new, my friend?
We've been really kind of changing up things how we're doing at Tempo. We got some announcements coming up. We got some really cool things content-wise on the horizon. We're going to be launching something on the website that's going to be really awesome.
Oh, damn.
So that's going to be cool. The YouTube channel is kicking back up. KO, myself, Goku, all the players and myself have been releasing videos, and we're going to keep releasing videos every single week. So it's been like really content focused, but also with the team itself, we're going through some changes and how we're practicing and stuff. So it's just been, kind of revamping the Tempo Storm life, really.
Very cool, man. BKB, what's new, my buddy?
Just practicing, man. Like, practicing and getting used to the new patch, pretty much. I don't know, streaming in a free time. And yeah, like, so it's like 3 weeks left or something, and it's okay time. I think it's like perfect amount of time to prepare for the tournament, so that's what I'm gonna do for the next weeks. So,
Nice, man. Well, good luck. Chris,
thank you, man.
What's new with you, buddy? What's new in your life?
The same practice, so nothing new. But I started making video guides on YouTube as well, so
Ooh.
Awesome.
I'm
I
doing
actually
that as
saw
well now.
You get a
And
lot of
yeah.
views.
But yeah, sometimes I post stuff on Reddit and it actually gets views.
Yeah, that's what Heroes has always lacked. That's what it's only been like Fan and then recently Dreadnought who have
Yeah.
consistently put out like high quality pro content. So there's not just for you but for like any pro out there, that door is very wide open and there's a lot of room in there. So
Yeah, I try myself out that right now.
And guess
It's
what?
fun, it's nice.
People watch it. Actually, there's like decent amount of views for that time. Like considering everything. So it's a really nice content.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Dunk Train is in Korea preparing for his matches there in the Heroes Global Championship, so he will not be on this week. And just let us know how the audio levels are. Again, like the setup is very different. I don't have my audio gear. Makes it hard to remember exactly how to do everything. Hopefully the hotel internet is a little bit better than last week and we don't have too much robot action throughout the day. Today we'll be talking about Heroes of the Dorm, also known as Hot D. We're talking about the Heroes Global Championship groups, the hero reworks that have gone through in the patch that just came out and was on the PTR last week, and then recapping some of the info from the Blizzard AMA. But let's start it all out with our favorite thing, Hot D.
I love Hot D.
Who doesn't
Hot
love
D
Hot
is
D?
fun.
It is BKB. Hot D is fun. So obviously I've been casting Heroes of the Dorm, and it's through the run of 8, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a really cool process, and I'm obviously. How much did you guys catch? I know it's harder to watch in Europe, but
I watched most of it.
I watched
Not
Like-
that much.
half of it. Half of it, yeah.
The TriCast was interesting, that's for sure.
yeah, what'd you think of that? What are your opinions? Like, give me your honest opinions, man.
I think it can work. I've always, because that's how the Koreans have always done it, right? They've just always done the TriCast, and it works successfully over there. I think it doesn't work too well with your guys' setup, just because you guys are all just the way the ESPN's doing the broadcast, where it's all color commentary, all play-by-play. If you mix in a really solid analysis, a host, and then a good play-by-play, I think that could be good. I don't think you could ever do it in an online setting. I think you have to have physical cues to be able
yes, for
to
sure.
coordinate that. But I don't know. I liked it.
Just to give some insight as to what we decided to do is I decided to just step back and be the analyst, and I'm a play-by-play caster. So, but anyways, basically what we would do is I would be on the end seat for the 3 games I cast, and I would just let whomever else I was casting with go on as normal. Just they would treat it like a duo. But at any time I had a point where I wanted to talk about you know, what happened after the fight and what that means. And I would try to go in and explain just kind of like, this was an error made by this player, or so it often turned out as me being kind of like, you know, they could have done this, or like this is what they earned from that, and it just kind of, I basically was trying to be like a storyteller in an analytical way. So it was, but again, that was very like I would literally put my hand out and just be like, hey, I'm gonna speak now. So it was a challenge for sure.
Yeah.
It was very mixed reviews as to how people felt about it.
I think with practice, I think that could be really good. It's just like you can only do it in a studio environment. Like I think like the only way that would take off if Heroes, if like we went with the LCS style format where you're like the same casters working at the same studio every single week and like really working on the synergy, because synergy is important, but when you have a tri-cast, you really have to make it work then. So I think it won't ever catch on unless there's an actual studio environment.
Maybe.
But yeah, tri-casts are amazing. I remember for League of Legends, and I always loved it. I was cyber hyped when I was saying, "Oh, 3 casters are casting."
Yeah, it just only makes sense. Yeah,
that's true. Well, we can look at the bracket.
I actually got the top 4 right. I'm impressed by myself.
Really, got all 4 right?
Yeah. But I'm still only top 2,000 or something. So I still believe in the Asmodan dream. But ASU has to win then.
Dude, I got bodied in my top 4. I got bodied. Oh, I got these 2 right. The UConn and ASU. But I expected Boston to beat UTA, which a lot of people might be surprised about. And that was really just me hoping for an upset. But they were really evenly paired. It was probably the best match of the whole tournament. And Tennessee just surprised me in general. They were a lot better than I thought they could be.
I kept putting off the bracket, like, okay, I'll do it later. Okay, I'll do it in an hour. And then I got an email like, this is the last night you can do it. Like, okay, I'll do it in an hour. And I didn't do it.
Oh, no.
I didn't finish the bracket challenge, so I don't even have, like, a score to go off or anything.
BKB and Cris, did you do the bracket challenge?
Yeah, 890 points.
890?
I did not.
890.
Dude, you're crushing me. I'm at 770.
Like I said, I have the top 4 right. The top 4 finalists I have right on the top 4 near the dome. So, looking good still. I hope they don't disappoint me now.
Look how shitty mine is.
How many points do you have? I don't see it.
770. See, I'm from Connecticut. UConn is like my local school, so I'm going ham on those guys. I actually promised the team that if they made it to the top 4, I would take them out to this place called Willy Brew. It's basically a local post office that's turned into a brewery and a bar. And I told them I'd go out to dinner with them if they made it to the top 4. So I'm going to be doing that sometime next month. But should be fun. So Heroes at the Dorm, I've been casting it, but in the finals I'll be at Seattle. But I will not be casting. I'll actually be working on production, doing some interview stuff on the side. And I'm basically setting up for like a recap show. We're going to be doing like a recap show that's going to be on national television of the whole event. We're recording a Final Four preview show this week. That's kind of what I'm doing in Orlando right now. And that'll be on ESPNU. I don't know the date of when that will actually be live. And right now we're just preparing all our info and everything. And so that's pretty cool. But Heroes of the Dorm, honestly, they're doing a lot of great stuff. Have you guys actually poked around the website?
No, I haven't been to the website. I didn't even know there was a website for Heroes of the Dorm.
I have been. It's good.
Look at this, Jared. Look at this. There's a team section. And in the team section, you basically have the each quadrant of the bracket, where you have Group A, Group B, Group C, and D. This is a 64-team bracket. You have their seeds, 1 through 16, listed in order. We can just go to Waterloo, who they ended up getting upset pretty early. But it tells you where they're from. It tells you quotes about the team.
Oh.
You've got all this info. You've got their match record. You've got their best map. You've got the breakdown.
I actually saw this.
Yeah, average game length, the breakdown, their average kills, their average deaths. And then you have the individual players and their tendencies, their top played heroes, how many times they've played that hero in the tournament, the breakdown. If they bring this to competitive...
Oh, yes, dude, if we are even headed slightly in the direction of this, that is so cool.
This website is amazing.
That just shows you, like the power of like an established thing like ESPN. Like people like ESL and DreamHack and stuff, they've gotten good at producing esports on their own, right? But this is like what ESPN can do, and that is just like their first attempt at it, right? That's real sick.
Robot voice.
I'm going full robot. Yeah.
Very
A
on the
bit.
side.
It's good, man. It's a good robot though. It's a robot that we can understand.
But
Yeah,
That's
listen,
so-
that's
I-
kind of robot. Can we talk
So-
about the observing?
but
Yeah, go ahead.
The observing, like for the like I said, I was the observer for last year for everything but BlizzCon. So like to give you a little insight, normally we just use the mouse, but all of last year we tried to get a technique called slaving work. It's where you attach one of the cameras to follow a different camera, and the way for some reason how it works, it just makes one of the cameras look super smooth. Like the one camera will move normal and stuff, but the way the other camera follows the main camera is like a smooth kind of like
With a slight delay.
floating.
With a
Yes.
slight delay. So you have to kind of anticipate a little bit. And sometimes you'll notice they're trying to follow a fall stat or a Dragonite punt or something, and the camera might be missing it by a little bit. And that's the kind of difficulty of it. But continue.
Well, that's just like the technique, and we couldn't do it at all last year. But because of the additional observer slots plus a tweak to the Ollie's interface, they were finally able to do it for Dorm. And
It's not even just a tweak to the Ollie's interface, it's a tweak to the client in general. It's like it's in the root of the game, the way that observers work and the way that you slave. So
yeah, it just looks great. I think
Yeah.
Miwa Versailles did a great job with the observing because it looks so much better. That's what we wanted to do all last year. We weren't able to do it, so I'm happy that we finally got it out.
yeah, it's really cool, man. It's definitely a big step up in the production. I mean, the production in general is very good, but the observing is a crucial part of all of that, and slaving is nice. And I got to give a lot of credit to Versailles and Miwa. They did a good job. They worked hard on making sure they. I don't think they were using the double mouse setup, which is like obviously the worst thing ever. But
Yeah, the double mouse was cancer.
you know what else is
Didn't-
cancer? That Team House internet you have. Why is it so bad
Yeah.
right now?
Dude, last month it's been just terrible. I don't get it.
Pro internet. Anyway, by the way, like I also wanna give back to the casters. Wanna give shout out to Cloaken and Trixler. Like I didn't see a lot of Gilly, but I don't know. Like even though they sometimes say something that is like super obvious or like maybe even things that are quite wrong, but like when you watch them cast, it actually felt really nice. The atmosphere was nice, and because of that, it was somehow entertaining to even watch. They like explained a lot of things and like really basic.
It was a really, really hard cast for all of us to approach. Not only the TriCast, but like we're speaking to a different audience. It's not just speaking to hardcore Heroes fans. We're like trying to find the medium to be entertaining to the general audience. So if you watch Saturday from this past weekend, I kept saying the dumbest things. I kept saying the stupidest things, and it's because production was loving it. They're just like, dude, yeah, that's awesome. It's so funny. Keep doing it. Like I'm just like, all right. But I don't know. I went back and I listened to it myself. I'm like, I like to be silly, but that was like, I think it was a little too much. So
Okay.
that was interesting.
I missed it, so
Yeah.
I can't.
I said some dumb
Yeah.
things. I don't just beyond silly, man.
So I should watch the VODs. I can laugh a bit. Okay.
If
I
you
will check it out.
All right. Well, Heroes of the Dorm finals are this coming weekend is the Heroes Global Championship, so we'll be talking about it in a moment, and Heroes of the Dorm will be the weekend after that. So that's in Seattle. If you're local to Seattle, definitely attend. And they have premium tickets, which guarantees you entry. I don't know if they're sold out or not. They're like $15 for premium, free entry otherwise, but there's a chance that you don't get in if the venue's already sold out. So that's how they did it last time, and the venue did sell out. So we'll see. Oh yeah, the last thing about Heroes of the Dorm, I got to cast Bloodlust finally. Oh!
Actually, like talking about Bloodlust and like heroics, like when I watched the
Well, you're on the
Heroes
show,
of
Bakery.
yeah
Or
what
BKB.
bakery kappa. Anyway, what? Anyway, what I was trying to say is that when I watched the Heroes of the Dorm, it actually like some of the games you could see that they actually practice for the tournament itself quite a lot. Like they would synergize their heroic abilities that you would rarely see actually in pro scene. If you know what I'm saying, like sometimes the synergies were quite ridiculous actually, for their level, So it was also quite entertaining and surprising. So,
I was super impressed with the quality of the play, especially in the round of 8. Those teams stepped it up. They brought their A game.
Compared to last year's Heroes of the Dorm,
Oh god, yeah, dude.
it was much better this time. Last year's Heroes of the Dorm was just watching random quick match shitters just play against each other. This year, Heroes of the Dorm, I mean, it wasn't competitive tier, but it was definitely not like hard to watch in comparison.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And you know, people call me out for saying I missed the Bloodlust pick. He had been holding on to it until the middle of that fight, and he picked it like mid-fight. And when you're doing play-by-play, you're watching for all the abilities to come out. I'm not looking at the talent picks in those moments. I'm watching for the flanks. I'm watching for the positioning. I'm waiting for those moments, and I was pumped, man. I love being surprised because I really wasn't expecting in that game. So.
Yeah, like according to Reddit, you need to not only be able to call out everything, but you need to be the smartest. Okay,
You're
so
right.
quit being a shithead.
All right, you're right.
Step up your game.
Yeah, no excuses.
No excuses.
All right, let's move on to talk about the Heroes Global Championship. We have the group stage has all been announced. They've announced all the info for the event, and bam, here we go. So basically, the way this works, you'll notice there's Group A and then Group A2, and then there's Group B and Group B2. If you're in Group A Stage 2, that means you were the first seed in your region. So Cloud9, E-Star, MVP Black, and Dignitas are the champions of North America, China, Korea, and Europe, respectively. Some of the other regions that don't necessarily have the opportunity to play in the same size of a region, like let's say Southeast Asia, I don't think they could even advance to Stage 2, which is kind of weird. They're just inherently, they have to duke it out in Stage 1. And in Stage 1, basically 2 teams will advance. So we have TNL, Maya Sandy, GIA, and Big Gods, and then Edward, Naventic, Renovati, I can't even say that name, not even gonna, and Negative Synergy. And 2 teams, top 2 from those groups, will advance into Group A and B. What are your guys' opinions on this whole structure? Let's start with you, Zoya.
I think I like it. I think it'll gives the person. I mean, it depends on how they do it for summer season because that format's changed quite a bit. But I think I like it. I like that the place from each region got an award, and I mean, it's kind of sucks, I guess, for the not main regions. But I think everyone across the board would just say NA, Europe, Korea, China are the best and deserve those first place spots. So I like it. It gives getting first place at regionals that extra reward. You have the extra incentive to.
So what about the smaller regions though that don't have that choice? They don't have that option, the opportunity even.
I mean,
It's smaller competition.
Yeah, smaller competition, and if they deserve to make it further in the tournament, they will.
It's just fair. If they prove it, then
fair,
yeah, it's just explanatory, and I don't know. Quite
I
simple.
like this format a lot. I think.
Yeah, I actually would suggest you to maybe we could go through all the groups fast and go through each team and tell maybe what is our prediction.
Well, I just want to talk about what you guys think about the format first. We'll get there, BKB. So, what are your thoughts on the format?
So basically, I think this is good, but only thing what I could bring up is that it's kind of a small advantage for those teams that are gonna play a few games before the next game. Like E-Star Gaming, Cloud9, MEP, Black, and Dignitas won't have that. LAN warm up. Yeah, they're gonna probably play on off stage and just practice. Maybe play versus each other or something. I don't know, but the other teams have advantage because they play one day before on the stage. So, but in overall, the format is good.
Cris?
I agree. I like it as well, but I agree with BKB as well. Maybe it's a disadvantage not being prepared or not warmed up on the stage. I mean, we will find out, I guess, but in general, I like the format a lot. That's the only thing. Maybe it's a few less games than it could be, but I think I'm fine with that, giving the
you hide
first
strats
advantage.
longer.
Yeah,
when you're in the
I mean, it
second
could,
group
like,
too,
yeah.
so.
Okay,
Yeah,
true.
as well. It could be, in theory, also 2 6-man groups, right? And then top 3 advance or something. And actually, top 3 can't advance? No, that makes no sense. Or still top 2 advance in a 6-man group. But, I don't know. I like this format a lot.
But yeah, like Zoe said, not only can you hide strats, but then everyone else not only is showing their strats, but the teams that aren't playing are sitting there and studying their matchups. They can assume who's they're going to be facing this team or this team, and they can sit there and watch those matches and get an idea of what they're running because, I don't know, that seems like a pretty good advantage as well as getting used to the stage.
Yeah, it's even maybe a bigger action.
I would think so.
Yeah.
But they earned that advantage, right? Because they got first place in their region. Yeah.
It's basically like like both sides have some sort of advantage, so it makes it again like fair, I guess. So.
I mean, it's already more prize money as well for them, which is nice, I guess.
Yep.
Obviously, secured prize money, so I guess that's not too bad.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, we can take a look and discuss exactly what you guys expect to see happen. So TNL, My Insanity, GIA, and Big Gods. I mean, My Insanity, I think they already surprised a lot of people by making it here in general.
Yeah,
you think they're going to make it through?
The way they played the last 2 weeks, I'm not sure. If they step it up and have a good boot camp in the end, yeah, I think they can go through the group. But the last 2 weeks they sadly didn't.
You guys are trying so hard to not shit on My Insanity.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
why? They can play good. We know these guys.
The problem with them is that they have like really up and downs, like
yeah,
and then they are completely bad or they win against every team. They're really inconsistent. But I mean that's the entire European scene. So
that is true.
In a nutshell,
that is
you're
true.
really inconsistent. So it's like this day Navi's the best team and Dignitas is bad, and next team Dignitas is the best and Navi is bad. It's like it's way too inconsistent.
That is true.
So basically, I think they're gonna get out of the group with Team No Limit, but further, like they really need that, that good day, because they have some good drafts, and I think they can do great, but it just issue is consistency. The more consistent you are, the more chance you have that you can actually go further. As simple as that.
So we saw GIA play in Vegas last year, and they struggled. They really did.
They were real
bad. They
bad.
struggled like hard. So I'm not too sure what to expect out of them. Honestly, I wouldn't consider them a big threat based on their performance last year, struggling in the North America regionals. And
Big Gods.
Yeah,
team.
Yeah, I don't know. Like only like Deuce is. I think I have heard about Deuce.
Yeah,
I just don't know.
Jakrite or whatever.
Yeah.
This group, basically everyone got wrecked in the regional finals, or like, I don't know, or wrecked the other team. So it's like hard to say if these teams are good out of their region or not. Like TNL got 0-4, My Insanity got 0-3, and then the other guys win 3 pretty easily. So it's like, I don't know how strong the regions are, and it's really hard to make a guess, I would say. Because we don't know. I mean, they're like, the Taiwanese team won every game pretty easily. The final was pretty easily as well. I think I watched some games. So is the Taiwanese scene bad or are they good? So you don't know. And same goes for like Korea. Is MVP Black just way better than the rest, or is Korean scene just in general weak and BKB and MVP Black is just way too strong? Or like it's not even that strong, just the Korean scene is weak. It's like hard to guess, I would say. We need more international tournaments, basically. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, but we're gonna have more international tournaments.
Yeah.
But if we talk about this group, can we just go like who is gonna be first and who's gonna be last? Like I would personally say, GIA would be the last, Big Gods would be the third, and My Insanity second, and Team No Limit first.
Wow, you think GIA is going to get last? They've proven some consistency, at least from their own region, so that's something.
I would agree with BKB on that one.
Same.
I think the fact that Big Gods practices in NA helps a lot.
And NA level is bigger, like they could like even like have better drafts because of the only reason that they're on NA scene where teams are quite good. And
so Zoia, based on Zoia logic, that means that Big Gods is going to beat My Insanity, right?
No. No, I don't. It's for the reasons BKB said. They practice, they scrim against NA teams, so they'll have a better idea. I don't think Gia can really practice against two men. I don't know what their scrim situation is like. So I'm just going off the assumption that I know Big Gods probably has at least okay practice, whereas I don't know what Gia's is. So I agree with BKB's list. TNL and My Insanity, Big Gods, and Gia.
All right, so continuing with Group A, that it's going to be TNL and My Insanity advancing into the second stage versus eStar Gaming and Cloud9. Do you think eStar and Cloud9 make it out of this into playoffs?
Like
Yeah.
for me,
They should.
I would agree.
BKB, you don't think so?
Are both the seeds from Group A going into the second Group A? Is that how it works?
That seems intuitive to me, but I'm not.
I don't know
honestly
for sure.
I think
I
so,
mean-
because then it's European and a Chinese team and Korean team in one group.
Yeah,
If they make it through, so I guess it's
Okay,
it
yeah,
doesn't
right.
make any sense to call it Group A otherwise.
Yeah. So I would say that like even in Group A in the first group stage, like my Insanity can win Team No Limit somehow, but they can. I'm just saying there's possibility. But
Oh, yeah,
it might
absolutely.
be hard. But
Yeah.
on the second group stage, it's the same. I feel like Team No Limit and my Insanity can beat eStar. I think Cloud9 are actually stronger than eStar. If Cloud9, like, I don't know, the recent tournaments didn't show like the best results.
That's how they always are, though. That's how they always
But-
are before these
They
events.
sandbag before
Yeah.
big events. I think I disagree
I
with you,
believe
maybe.
they-
I think TNL is weaker than eStar, especially after
Yeah.
watching the last two tournaments. I
For
think
sure.
TNL looks really bad in comparison to eStar and MVP Black. I think eStar will be better.
Well,
I
in
think
the
it'll be-
finals in particular, man, versus MVP Black, they played like booty.
Yeah.
Like they just
Well,
played
There's like
trash.
3 Korean tournaments going on right now, or something, like 2 or 3, and TNL did not look good in any of them in
And,
comparison to
like,
MVP Black.
We haven't
Like-
seen Eastern in a while, but they're pretty smart. We played them in World Cyber Arena, and they're pretty smart in their drafting. Like, they surprised us pretty hard, and we won against them, but they were really hard games, and we had a draft plan, and they just completely screwed it over because they outsmarted us kind of in the draft a bit.
Yeah.
So I was really surprised by that. So I think they can win the tournament as well pretty easily if they play the game. Even though we haven't seen them in a while, so that's kind of a problem. So I actually don't know how good they are.
So
Yeah, it's
chat,
not the
chat is saying that that you advance randomly into a different group
Okay.
after stage 1.
Okay.
Which is really confusing.
Yeah, that's weird. But that's what I would
but-
expect at this point, because there's always something that's like, why are they doing this? So.
Yeah.
Okay, then we can't even talk about
no.
it. But when I said about TNL, I didn't say TNL like will win eStar. I'm just saying Cloud9 for sure, and then there's TNL and even my Insanity who could beat eStar.
Oh, you're
I think
right.
that's what I meant.
I
That's what
think
wanted to say. But I still think eStar has the edge. So
even in Group B, for Group B, let's just go ahead and assume that everyone thinks Edward Gaming and Aventic are going to make it out. I think when you look at the Group Stage 2, I honestly believe that all 8 teams have a chance at advancing. I don't look at a single team. I look at even My Insanity and Aventic. I look at every single team in the top 8. If you look at those at the top 8, they all have a chance to make it into playoffs.
And
Which is
if you
I kinda
think,
agree, yeah.
and if you think about it, and actually this system that I made is actually quite sick.
Yeah.
Like, because there have been so many times actually that there's like top teams not even going out of the groups because they're in the same group, you know. Like every regionals in Europe, it's almost like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like this kind of denies that and makes like the real 8 strongest teams compete.
And it
with
gives
rest-
us more games against like regions, which I kind of missed at one tournament. I can't remember which it was, but there was like not a single NA versus Europe game because it just happened how the bracket was.
MSI.
And this just gives us, I think it was MSI,
PAX.
right? Yeah, and this gives us so many more games. I love it.
Yeah, MSI was single bracket
Yeah.
This is like
versus MVP Black Rip.
this tournament is like hands down like the most like hyped in my opinion when it comes to like the like this is the peak of the competitive scene right now. Like this is the biggest and
For
best
sure.
tournament we've had. Like
Yeah,
all 12 teams deserve to be
so
there.
many
and,
good
like,
teams.
no matter how I look at the playoffs, because sometimes for the playoffs, like when it's regionally based, like for Korea, even EU and NA as well, like the top 4 sometimes it's like, well, okay, we know they're making it to the finals, right? But like no matter who's in the playoffs for this event, like it's like going to be awesome. Even if it's like all Korean and Chinese teams that somehow make it to the playoffs, that's still going to be a hype event. So
Yeah.
But if you think
I'm
about
so
it,
excited.
it's so sick. Like it actually feels like, I don't know, Worlds for League of Legends, you know,
Yes.
Worlds for Dota. There's such a names, Dignitas, MVP Black, you know, Cloud9, Easter, and so on. Like there's actually a really strong teams there. I don't know. It's gonna be sick. I really hope that viewership is bigger this time. than previous
Well,
time.
with OGN producing it, dude, it's gonna look baller. OGN knows how
Oh yeah,
to,
OGN can do it.
dude, they know
I
how to
believe in
put
them.
out the best
Yeah.
streams. So.
They're gonna have the best intro videos. I'm hyped for that
Oh
already.
shit,
Oh.
dude!
Oh my god.
I'm so hyped.
I can't wait.
That's the best thing about OGN, the intro videos.
Yeah, I hope they got like
like-
eyeliner on them and stuff too, like the old school StarCraft ones. Like I can't wait.
Like OGN intros that doesn't make you cringe. Like
Yeah.
that's how I feel about it. They make it so fucking cool that
They make their players look like stars, like, and that's
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
it should be. Like they look
Or
like
a
actual
fake guy getting up
superstars.
out of his seat or something. That was great.
Alrighty, boys. Let us talk about Group B. Edward Gaming Team Naventic, Renavato, and Negative.
Renovatio.
I
Renovation.
can't say that, man.
Renovatio.
You can't say Renovatio.
Navatio?
Renovation.
In German, it's Renovatio. It's even better.
Renovatio. I don't know.
Saying that.
Renovatio.
I think that group is pretty obvious. I don't think.
A negative synergy.
I mean,
I think Group
But
A
for-
has more
but-
upset
but-
potential in this group.
really?
Yeah, this
What do you
group,
mean?
yeah. This group is gonna be a storm for
But-
the top two teams for Naventic and Edward Gaming.
But
agree.
it's same for Mind Sanity and Team No Limit. Like,
No, I think they have in that group there can be upset potential. More than in the Group B, at least.
Yes.
Like there's a way higher chance in that group to be an upset.
Both
than in
will
this
be a stomp probably, but Group A definitely
Yeah.
has a better chance of an upset.
That's
I
what I
agree.
mean.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
I think it's
agree
very
as well.
clear. Edward Gaming Team Naventic. I think this is the only group that I can't guarantee first. I think Naventic and Edward Gaming are probably evenly matched.
But
based
Naventic
off-
are good. Like,
Oh, they're both
I-
good. They're both very good. But I like in Group A, I almost want to say TNL probably is getting first. There is a chance for My Insanity to upset, but when I look at Group B, I say it's 50-50 Naventic, Edward Gaming.
How do you guys feel about Wiz as the coach?
I don't understand.
I mean,
You think it's a PR move?
It's smart. It's smart. They take him as a translator for the tournament.
And
That's
is
pretty
he
smart.
like also like a scout into Korea, even though
Maybe,
Wiz plays
yeah.
in
if you
NA?
watch his Korean
If-
scrims, maybe it's smart as hell, but like on the surface, I'm like, okay, what could Wiz like? Because Wiz has never, I don't think I've ever seen
Like,
Wiz
yeah.
compete in a serious tournament. So
That-
like,
that-
I don't know what
that's
he
what
could
I'm
bring.
I
saying.
haven't either.
Next level coaching.
No.
But
Yeah, but
it-
they have
it-
a
I
Slater
love
for
the
that
guy to
save.
death.
Oh yeah, Wiz is awesome.
Hilarious.
yeah, Wiz is awesome, but Chris has a
We-
point.
it was
Having-
a problem that we didn't have a translator in China. It was horrible because we got translator from the event, but they couldn't speak English. So we got
Oh.
translators, but they just like they had the well, like class A English or something. It was horrible. They couldn't even talk to anyone. It was- so
It makes
next
it
time if we
makes
go
your
to
life
China
easier.
again, we're gonna take
Well,
a translator.
I can tell you for sure that South Korea has it's far more common for English speaking to be, you know.
Well, not only
al-
that, it's
and also-
WCS. WCS does
Exactly.
like a million fucking things to like screw over anyone that's not
Exactly.
Chinese. Like the
Yeah.
non-Chinese
This is
players being at a
W-
hotel
WCA,
300 miles
WCA,
away.
WCA.
WCA, sorry, not
That's
WCS.
how we lost the
WCA.
quarterfinals.
So yeah, that's a whole different story. You should have plenty of not only do they just speak lots of English in Korea, but
Yeah.
I would be surprised if they didn't have like dedicated translators for you guys as well.
But
Really fucking
I feel like Team Naventic has actually quite a big chance to go at least to top 3. I don't know why, but I feel like that.
Damn, you believe in Naventic.
If they practice for it, then yeah, sure.
I think they can
It's
beat
a-
Edward, but Edward's really good, man. Edward is
That's fine. I would not
damn.
overvalue them.
They're
I
fine.
think Team Naventic has a good chance winning against them. Like
Okay.
I would say 80%.
I mean, I
or
agree.
something. If they don't play like an Into the Storm, then yeah. I mean, it's I can't even say these things because
But
we're
it's true.
so bad in Katowice, but
Yeah, but it's just true.
I do know that Naventic was struggling with the patch, like we're just
Yeah.
figuring out the meta. So it depends on where they're at with that. I know they've been practicing insanely hard. They've been going harder than I've ever seen those players play. So they are working hard. But around
Exactly.
into the storm time, they were struggling with the meta.
I think.
I call top 3 Naventic.
Damn, dude.
Like top 4, because top 3 there are some.
Oh
teams-
no, top eight.
Oh,
Maybe
no,
top
no.
16. Maybe
top
top
16. Yeah.
No.
Just to
top
be
4.
safe.
Yeah,
I
top
call-
32 for sure, guys. They're good. I love you,
Top-
BK.
I love you too, man.
The bromance
You can
is
troll
real.
me, you know that.
So-
Oh, I got you.
All right, let's give our top threes for the
Okay.
entire tournament. Chris,
Again,
first,
top 4.
first, second, third, and then fourth.
Oh god. I would say first MVP, second East or Dignitas, it's hard, and then fourth one probably be Cloud9 or TNL, I would say. And it's hard, like making a top four.
It's hard to predict the top four when we don't
it's
know what
so
the
hard to
playoffs is
predict.
going to look like
Yeah.
because we can't tell what the
Exactly.
seedings that's randomized.
It's true. Well, we still have to just kind of guess. I mean,
Yeah. Are we going with our heart or our brains?
But I
here?
was like, say MVP, Cloud9.
Yeah, heart or
and
brain?
dude, it's your
Art-
call. It's
East or
your call.
Dignitas all have a chance
Or
to
what
win,
about
so-
our? Okay. I'm gonna do my heart
Both.
and
Okay.
Do
brain
both.
because they're the
Yeah,
same thing.
exactly,
Because I am the
exactly.
smartest heroes person around, guys.
And
Okay.
most passionate.
I'm gonna go first place Cloud9, second place Dignitas, third place MVP Black. Because NA and EU are both better than Korea. Because fuck Korea, we're better.
Damn.
Alright, guys. We're
BKB.
better.
Like, you won't believe me, but it's exactly what I.
Yeah!
Dude, I hate to be that guy,
I
but
didn't-
that's.
I didn't want to say that we're better than Korea or something, but I wanted
I
to.
mean, Europe is the last region to win against MVP, you know? I
And
mean, we are the
actually-
last team to win
that
against MVP Black, feels good. Maybe that's why I want MVP to win, so I can say we're still the last team to beat MVP.
Yeah.
I can hold the title.
But
Wait.
fourth one will be Nomantic, so there's no E-star. First Cloud9, second Dignitas, third MVP, and fourth Nomantic. That's my call.
I am actually 100%.
I mean, it's gonna both
with
third
you.
place, right? There's no third place match, so both are gonna be third and fourth, right?
I think
Both
a
have
lot
third
of, I
place
think a
match.
lot
But
of
I'm
these
saying,
teams are
yeah.
sleeping on
Okay.
Cloud9 too, because I think Cloud9's really clever. I think they do a lot of smart stuff.
Oh, they're so. I
Like
hate
everyone always underestimates
Yeah, that's
Cloud9,
true.
and then they come out and then they bust out like the last composition you would expect out of them. They're just like they just think outside the box when they have to, and they never show it. They'll just play the game. They
They
just
don't.
play the
But
game.
the crazy thing about them is they'll find stuff in like Hero League.
Right? No,
Like,
just
and
three of
they
them.
won't even scrim it. They'll just
Right.
be like, "This is OP.
Let's
We're
do
not
it."
going to show it to anyone."
Yeah.
And they'll bust from Hero League to Worlds. They'll
Yeah.
bust stuff out like that, and they'll do strats and scrims where they bust it out once. They see it has moderate success. They go, "Okay, we just do this, and this better next time, and we don't even need to practice it anymore."
That's
We'll
like
just bust it out.
the whole like the range Jaina, KT, Asmodan, where you go range on Blizzard, you go range on Flamestrike, can't do that anymore, and range on Asmodan. And that was something they figured out on Hero League. They just said, let's do it, that would be so funny. And
Dude.
they won so hard with it, they busted it out in a tournament and they just rolled the enemy team.
Dude, like, I would say, well, fuck that, dude. They fucking played with Leoric, Tassadar, Murky, Avatar.
Oh, they've
Yeah.
been doing that forever, man.
But they were actually practicing that hard in scrims.
yeah,
though.
they did
Okay,
that.
they were, but
Yeah.
that was something that, like.
But to bust it out versus
a lot of
MVP wasn't
Yeah.
ready, right? In
How-
Blizz-
how-
at
No, it
BlizzCon,
was,
people
it wasn't MVP, it was DK.
TNL. Oh, yeah, DK.
Yeah.
I have the worst memory,
but
man.
exactly, like, even if you knew it in NA, but for people to wait something like that versus DK, who was supposed to be like the strongest, one of the strongest there, and they would just make fun of them, you know? Like, you just don't expect. That's why I'm calling them for number one. I don't actually, as a players, I think they're even maybe better players, but it's just the team, you know? Probably
they're good.
yeah, like, I
I
don't
know
know.
a lot of people like to compare, like reference their trip to China. I think the way that Cloud9 does strategies and the way they practice, it's not designed for these long like league formats like when they were in China. They're good at
They would've-
preparing
they
for
would've
a
struggled.
single a weekend and just busting out random strats there. But they can't do that like when they were in what was it, Gold League or whatever. Like they were there for 8 weeks. Like you can't have pocket strats for 8 weeks.
They
Like, and that's why
they were
struggle.
also struggling
weekends.
to get practice when in China.
Well, true. There's a lot of reasons, but
Yeah.
when it comes to these short weekend tournaments, that's when Cloud9's at their best because they can bust out pocket strats, and you only need to do it once, right? So
I remember when I
this-
started liking Cloud9 the first game. I think it was I don't know if it was a BlizzCon or before, but they drafted really smart. I don't know against it was, but it was on Tomb of Spider Queen, and they just let get back then Nazeebo and Zagara. Nazeebo was still pretty strong, and one team picked Nazeebo Zagara, and they went into 0-2 and last picked Illidan and was like, oh, they never killed Illidan in that game. Like the enemy team had no chance killing Illidan the entire game. It was like on Tomb of the Spider Queen. It's like that's so fucking
I
smart.
think that was PAX.
What that packs? I can't remember which this was, but I was like pretty amazed by it because I was really smart.
Was it-
Like, media
was it-
assassin back then was never like a thing, and then Illidan
Yeah,
or Tomb,
Illidan
I
on
mean, was
Tomb,
never a
yeah.
thing. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And it worked out, right? So
Yeah.
like it's just Cloud9. I don't know.
I like to
Oh.
cheer for Dick too. I like the Dick guys, and I think if they show up, they can get top 2. I think they can make it to finals. It's just so hard to predict because you don't know what these groups are going to look like at all.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I'm
But
I'm really
it's
impressed with Dig lately, man. They've improved so much as a team. Like Snitch in general, he has raised his level of play so much recently.
yeah, with Zagar especially, he's quite famous for that. But yeah,
yeah, he had
but
some really good models recently.
but talking about Cloud9, there was another team who actually was similar to Cloud9, and it was Old Navi, and they were
Oh
fucking
yeah.
good.
Well, yeah, Navi at Prague last year, busting out crazy strats that nobody
0
expected.
losses.
They
The
were
ki-
running Gust and
the-
Hey,
Lamb
Kerrigan,
Slaughter.
Butcher, Abathar,
Kerrigan
Voice,
Butcher
I
on
don't-
Battlefield, that shit was so
no
sick
tank.
last year.
Yeah.
I think that was like at that point when they were at that level, I think they were like the best team in the world. Like if they would just play the same way,
Yeah,
in
man.
Worlds, like I don't know, like they
They-
barely did any mistakes and everything was just like in a book or I don't know.
They
I remember
play like
scrimming
gods.
against that team called it was disgusting. First time seeing that when they played against us in the scrim. And like no
And
chance at
everyone's
all in the
laughing.
field. I was like, yeah.
Gustin, so obviously they're not playing on the new patch there, but I'm curious to see if that kind of stuff comes, like Gus Butcher becomes a thing again, because the new Land of the Slaughter with the silence on it is like, it's insane, man.
But you can cleanse it now again. That's like the problem I see behind it. So I think it's actually worse than it was before. And now
I
it's
see.
30 seconds more cooldown. So I think it's actually worse than before, but I could be wrong on it.
Well, I mean, it's
But
at least it's a
now you
niche
can
pick
cleanse it
against
again.
cer-
I think unless I read it not correctly, but I think you can cleanse it again. It was in the patch notes.
I don't remember.
So that does makes it worse again.
It'd be
But
interesting.
actually, yeah, they play on the old patch, so it's fine. They could still do it. Might happen. They don't even play on this patch yet with Butcher.
So that's the
Yeah,
interesting
yeah.
thing
Oh,
about.
old patch.
Oh no, I'm just saying for the future. I'm saying past
Oh,
this.
okay.
Oh.
The interesting thing about Heroes of the Dorm is the new patch. It's Dahaka, it's all the hero reworks, everything. That's what Heroes of the Dorm will be playing on. So that'll be fun.
Oh, nice.
But cool. Any final thoughts on the groups here for Korea? What do you guys? What are your plans? You guys gonna wake up bright and early, watch it all?
Yeah, I'm gonna wake up
I'm
before I am.
finally excited to have all the regions with E-Star there. That has been something that's like E-Star has been a team that's been around since the start, right? They've been dominating China for the entire time. They've got like infinite first place finishes, and they've never been able to make it an international event.
They
They,
have
were
the
snubbed
most-
at PAX.
They have the
were
most
snubbed
winnings,
at BlizzCon.
right?
Oh
Next to
yes,
Cloud9?
those players have the most winnings, more than anyone.
More than
Um,
Cloud9?
Yeah, I think so. That might maybe, I don't know. Last time I checked was a month ago, and they had more. But they've never been at an international event. They weren't able to go to PAX, and they weren't able to go to BlizzCon because of visa issues. So I'm finally happy that we get to see how E-Star compares against the rest of the world. Again, I know Cloud9's already played them, and MVP Black has already played them, but still, this is like their first true international event. So I'm excited to see E-Star.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like, yeah.
I'm just trying to confirm.
Yeah.
Yeah, top earnings, E-Star, with Cloud9 next to them, and iDream is still listed as Chinese.
I mean, he is Chinese. He's a Chinese
Gee.
citizen.
Oh shit!
Really?
okay.
Yeah, he's Chinese. I mean, he's got dual citizenship, but he is Chinese.
Oh, okay. That's dope. That's cool.
Esportsearnings.com if you guys want to check it. I just put it in chat here on Twitch, and you can just click on games and go to Heroes of the Storm. You can see the breakdown. E-Star is the most earnings, even though BlizzCon was $500,000, which gave a massive bump to Cloud9. It still does not put them ahead of E-Star because China has a lot of money for tournaments. They really do. It's a good place for esports, that's for sure.
Yeah, and getting second place WCA was also like huge.
Chunk of change.
Was like 100K or something for second place.
If they get the money, yeah.
Well, I
But
mean,
I
they're
guess the
Chinese. So
Chinese teams
they
get
got
the-
the money. They're Chinese. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't get first place. It's like bad representation. They lost against Korea, so they might not get it.
yeah,
Like,
that's true.
You
Like
should have
Shane.
get first. Unlucky.
Okay. All right, moving on. HGC is this coming weekend. Check your time zones near you. It's obviously happening in Korea, so it's going to be a little bit more extreme depending on where you live than what you guys are used to viewing. Let's talk about the hero reworks. Obviously, the big patch went through this week. They reworked Gazlo, Illidan, Kale Foss, Tychus, Sylvanas.
Sylvanas.
I think that's it. So, when we were setting up the show and setting up Skype, we were talking about Kale Foss a little bit, and you guys are saying Kale Foss is worse. Is awful. Yeah, not just worse than before, but
I was hyped. Like I was streaming.
Everyone was.
PTR was up. People came into my chat saying, "Oh my God, Kettle is so broken on PTR. You should try him out. He's so strong. He's gonna be T1 again, banned all the time." And I play him for 2 or 3 times. And I was like, "No, this hero's fucking awful. I don't even know what to do with him. Where to start?" It's bad. Like he's worse than before. I would rather play this Katas, the old Katas, than this new Katas for sure.
I agree. Like, if you go over to youtube.com/TempleStormHeroes, Stray just released a video where he breaks down every individual talent tier and goes over, like, here's what it was before, here's what it is now, and is it better or worse? And overall, it is significantly worse. But the main issue comes from you can't double bomb the same target.
You can't double bomb, your E sucks, you have no Arcane Barrier, or Arcane Barrier sucks, you have no Blink, you don't have a good power spike, there's not even a power spike anymore. I mean, he's level 16 auto take 10, but he's a fucking mage. It's like, okay, it's nice, but I don't know.
The Flame Strike build, you don't think there's power in Flame Strike?
He has mana no, he doesn't have the range anymore. If he stayed at the range on his Flame Strike, then yes. But he lost it as well, so he's close to anyone. There's melee assassins just roll over him. Yeah. If you don't have a divine shield for him, he's dead every time against double melee assassin meta is like popular now. What does he do against Thundering, Zeratul, Sonya? Nothing. He just dies. And you can't double bomb stuff. It's the problem.
It's a suicide bomb. You go in, you pop bombs, you do that auto attack with level 16 talent, and you just run away. With your big like hitbox or model, like you can't escape anyone, and you just die. That's it. And you have to do like even auto attacks that deal damage, like with the talent.
The level 7 talent that gives you the damage with Verdant Spheres?
And 16.
Oh, and 16?
Like 16 is the way to go, Cris, right? With the auto attack.
16 auto attack talent, I guess. It's the only viable thing. It's just really, I think I said it earlier, we scrimmed against Fnatic 20 minutes and I didn't get a single chain bomb off, I think, and then 20 minutes. I thought they don't spread it. They're not stupid. They don't spread it.
They're not
monkeys. I
can see Kel'Thas being good in like bronze or something. I can see him being god like there, because there's spread bombs at level 1. But at competitive level, he's unplayable, I think. Have fun playing on Battlefield, you can't even get your Arcane Barrier out, because you can't get 25 globes together. So what do you do on that map? You get flanked all the time, you have no Blink, no Arcane Barrier. I don't know. He's already unplayable on one map.
Yeah, like he's saying unplayable, and I know that comes off as harsh. Look how often Kel'Thas was played last patch, and we all think he was significantly better last patch. So if he wasn't played ever then, he's like I honestly feel he's significantly worse now. He is unplayable and competitive. But there's no reason to ever pick Kel'Thas right now.
But I think like I guess if people gonna start talking and realizing that he's not good and competitive, like teams won't play him. But still, like you can see so many Kel'Thases now in Hero League.
Yeah.
And people
pick
say,
too.
Yeah, and people say, "Oh my God, this hero is so OP," and I'm like, "What?" Like like it's
don't
like
plump.
yeah, and like if
Can't
they
even
keep
stun
saying
someone alone anymore. They just took the speed
Yeah,
on his
stun is
away.
useless.
Like his E
Yeah,
is
so
What if they brought his E back to what it used to be? Would that help him enough?
even
It
yeah,
would
even
help
then,
a
but
bit.
the biggest
Wouldn't
problem is
be
just that he
enough.
can't detonate his bombs on his own. That's the biggest
Yeah.
problem. That
He
makes
has
him bad.
such a problem. He has such a problems 1v1. Before 1v1, he could like make plays, like kill someone, do the burst damage or something. And now he, like I said, goes melee range, puts the bomb, does the auto attack, and runs away.
Yeah, that's really it.
That's really
There's no
it.
playmaking from him.
And you
It's like
and the bomb's not gonna spread. You're not gonna hit your stun. You run away, and suddenly there's a fucking Illidan on you and Troll on you or something that you can't escape from. And that's it. Story of Kel'Thas. Even though today I triggered my whole team. I think I triggered like 3 of us. I got chain bomb. We played scrims. we played scrims. I said chain bomb, and everyone keeps running the same way. Like no one gives a fuck. I don't know. And then actually it feels bad. Like it hurts. But yeah, like I said, if you just like Cris also said, like if you just don't trigger the bombs, like Fnatic doesn't, for example, like the players, it's just pretty much useless hero.
You think there could be like synergies that could exist with like massive slows, like I don't know, Lunar or something with Kael'thas that might make it work, or is it just you're putting too much cards into one basket?
Divine
Gas
Shield
Ball.
and Divine Shield and
Gravel
Stimdrop Kathas. That could be a thing. Where I just run to the enemies and auto attack. But otherwise, I don't see it being viable ever. Unless I'm missing something. Maybe I just missed something, and I hope I'm wrong on it because I want to play Kathas again. I enjoyed him playing him. So I hope I'm wrong on it. Maybe someone finds a good build and he's viable, but I think he's just no.
So is Jaina as bad as Kael'thas? Where does she sit?
What?
She's better than
Shit.
Kathas. No, she's better than Kathas. I
Even,
last patch as well.
even without Bolt in Ice Block at level 20.
Well, she does something at least, but she's still Jaina.
I
Like,
mean, people were taking Icy Veins like half the time anyway. I mean, it hurts losing Ice Block at 13 for sure. You can't pick her against certain comps now, like the blow up style. Like you need that Ice Block for that. But in compositions that you would go Icy Vein versus, she's still like relatively
Yeah.
the same place. Losing Bolt sucks, but I don't know. She's definitely better than Kael'thas by a lot.
I would have wished they would have gave her like a sprint on level 20, like her own custom-made sprint or something. But then I get to hear that's not something that works with the lore, and I'm like, unlucky then.
What if
And
she's
keep on,
got a
like, the
sprint
lore,
that
the
makes
lore.
a trail of ice behind her?
That's what I was actually talking about with my team. I was like, yeah, that would be so cool, and then it actually procs her passive on people that walk behind her. I think that would be amazing.
That would actually be cool. I don't know why, if it's lore reasons though, like mages have blink and WoW, like why can't
Yeah.
you keep Bolt?
Diablo needs Bolt though.
I just don't like this general approach of removing blinks on range assassins. It's just not working. I think they should just nerf the range, and that's fine. Just nerf the range or Bolt of the Storm and keep it on range assassins, and then everything is fine. I don't know.
Yeah.
Removing it from range assassins is just it's horrible.
It
I
just
agree.
makes other roles stronger as well.
You have to
know,
play
like
so
melee
passive
assassin.
now without blink. It's insane. You can't
Yeah.
make any plays, and I don't know. You always have to be scared of getting flanked by Thundering or something. I don't even know, and you can never blink out or like you're never safe. Because you just get one shot then by a thrall blinking on you. And he is still blink. While Jaina doesn't know Kathas don't have blink anymore, he can just blink on you.
Yeah,
So
it's
I don't know
ridiculous.
how to feel about it.
Yeah, it's really bad losing blink. Like it's not like firstly, I preferred blink like when it's coming to, like the playmaking. Like I guess that's where Blizzard takes most of it. Is like there's a Jaina blinking in and getting like a 3-man Blizzard combo, right? I guess that's the problem I take with it.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't just hurt the aggressive side of Jaina; it hurts the defensive. Like being able, like you have, like you said, play so passive. You have to play in such like these safe positions, and if you're greedy at all with your positioning without Bolt, like you're just dead. Like Jaina's gonna get killed, and it's I agree. Like maybe like a refined version of Bolt, like it's half distance or something. I don't know, but I think mages should keep Bolt.
Yeah.
Well, fact of the matter is they don't have it. It sounds like no one's liking the new Kael'thas. Maybe somebody will find the build that redeems him.
Please do. I love that hero.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really
Same.
unsure to see what will happen with him, but he's very different than what he used to be. Who knows? I'm sure we'll see teams experimenting him, and if it becomes a niche pick that still has power in certain compositions and certain scenarios, that's fine. That's good for the game. Let's move on and talk about Illidan. Illidan's quite the opposite. He seems to be kind of one of the dumbest heroes ever put into the game at this point. His damage output is insane. He seems near impossible to kill. That's just my experience, but Illidan seems like he wins or loses the game for your team based on who has the better Illidan if he makes it through the draft. That's my opinion.
I don't know if I agree on it. I personally think he is a bit better than before, but I still don't think he's that broken personally.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe in Hero League he's broken just
In
'cause
Hero
people
League,
can't
he
focus
seems
him.
pretty absurd just because people don't know how
But,
to deal with him.
Lowell told me he's OP, so I guess I have to test my Illidan player. But I think in Hero League he's OP because people can't focus him down, and they pick Kathas and Tycho's first rotation, and then okay, so you
That's
get
exactly
Illidan.
what this looks like.
And in competitive you get Sonya, Thrall, and then Illidan dies, or ETC Murden, and then Illidan just dies. So yeah.
True.
Yeah. I still think he's comp specific. I don't think you can just throw him into any comp like you can as Zeratul, really. Like you have to have its composition still catered to Illidan, which is how it was before.
Yeah.
But he's in a better spot. I haven't seen enough scrims yet to be able to say if he's OP or not. He definitely will see play though, for sure.
Yeah, he will still play.
I
That's just what
think-
makes me think he's worth a bit, that he lost first aid, Stone Skin Blood for Blood, and his shield on level 1. So he lost a lot of survivability. I mean, he got his block on level 7 now, but I don't think it makes up for using first aid or losing first aid or thrill of the battle. So yeah, and 6th Sense is also gone, so that makes him, I,
mean,
think, vulnerable.
He
But he does
lost-
so much more damage now. He's
he
like
lost
a really
literally-
melee assassin now.
literally lost all of his sustained talents. Blood for Blood, Stone Skin, First Aid, Shadow Shield, I think is gone. Everything. But instead, he's got base lifesteal. He's got base health. He's got base regen. Evasion lasts an additional half second. Go ahead, BKB.
Exactly.
Okay, it's
Like exactly. You just said it. Like he actually, you're saying like the talents got removed, but actually with all the lifesteal and like I would Zoya like completely opposite from you. Like you're saying he needs specific comms. I think you can actually put him in the draft that fits fine versus their team comp, but you don't need something specific for him.
Okay.
Because I think it's hard to kill him. It does. I think he's hard to kill, and actually he wins most of the lanes now. He can actually win Zagara if you play correct. He can win Sonya even. If you play it correct, you can actually win Sonya. Like if you try with some specific talents.
I mean, the cool thing about Illidan is
So-
I've seen variety of builds see success, right? He actually has multiple talents that are actually viable in various scenarios. So I think that's good.
I
Yeah.
think we'll see him as a solo lane as well. We'll see him actually go contest, the one of the lanes that you want to be, like on Tomb bot lane, Dragon on top and stuff like that,
Would that be an unending hatred build to farm damage?
I think so, yeah. Like I'm not a Illidan player, but I played with Sonya versus Illidan, and I really had tough time to win a lane versus him. He would just
Wow.
out heal so much.
That's
It's
cool.
just like that. And I even went for lifesteal auto attacks. I went for fucking lifesteal auto attacks. Oh, sorry. And I would just like, and he just like heals up so fast. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
And he wins.
I've only seen
Zagar.
3 scrim games, like 3 total, so I haven't like got a.
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I'm
Full.
just because I haven't played him yet. I can't really
It's-
make an
it's
opinion
early,
on it.
I mean,
just
our-
saw it in our team
Yeah,
2 times.
These are early impressions, regardless. So
And-
We'll see how it plays out.
And-
in
and-
months.
With the new talents, I think you can easily run Hunt, and you can be that split
dude,
pusher.
Hunt
and-
is so scary. It is so scary
Oh,
now.
Hunt?
Yeah, you can go like AP Illidan and just blow people up with Hunt and then like a dive build. I saw
Yeah.
somebody just demolishing someone in a quick match game. It was quick match.
It- yeah, it denies the split pushing as well. So, like, if especially like in competitive, it's so much about split pushing,
That
like
is true. That is
a
very
map-
true. It's a good point.
yeah, and like Illigan could be just easy. You just play safe until 10, and that's it. You have a machine that kills 1v1, and you see a moment, bam, Hunt, you kill him.
Yeah, anytime you see
5v4.
anyone that's split pushing or that you need to go split push yourself, you can just use Hunt. That's a really good point.
So,
So-
I see it viable,
Yep.
and
BKB, you just released thousands of nerds in the internet to go play Hunt on ladder. So that's
oh my god,
good job, man.
what the fuck? Sorry. Please don't do it if you don't know how to play Illidan. Just don't make people tilt. Just don't tilt people. Video games are meant to
That's why I feel
Video-
about voice that every time I have in my team in Hero League. I'm like, please don't tilt me for that, please.
like
That's good, man.
video games are meant to be like giving like positive feelings. So
Yeah.
just try to do.
Then I've been
try-
playing video games wrong my entire life.
Damn, dank vibes, man. You need those dank vibes. All right, next up on the menu, let's talk about Gazlo. He seems underwhelming.
Dude,
Dude.
every hero, I think 90% of the Hero League games I've played have been first pick.
First pick?
Razzles. And
Yeah,
it fucking tilts me so hard.
You don't say.
Yeah.
But I goddamn lost the game versus Gazlo on Towers of Doom. We couldn't do shit. He
Damn,
puts
dude.
towers. We had like 3 melees. He puts towers and that's it. He takes he zones out people, and if you want to hit the turrets, you get slowed by them. And I don't know, like I feel like actually if Gazlo had something like some kind of passive, when you get the scrap, you get armor, like a shield, he would be actually viable.
They
I
need-
think he has the
Don't suggest shit like that,
That's
man.
Overwatch, right? That's
That
isn't
would
that the
be
thing of
terrible.
Overwatch? Yeah.
why?
I don't want to play against that.
I don't want to play against Torbjorn, man. Like Torbjorn.
Scorpion.
Why? Like, what's bad with that?
That
Like for
would be annoying.
every scrap he gets armor. But wouldn't it be fun to have a Gazlo in fucking competitive game?
No,
I don't know.
just wait for
I don't
Torbjorn
know,
to be a thing,
man.
dude.
I don't know if that would be fun, BKB.
Oh god.
Kurva, okay, whatever.
All right.
Well, okay.
I can't say too much about it. I wanted to play Hero League today in the morning.
Yeah.
I streamed for 5
was
hours and I
watching
didn't get it.
stream.
I didn't get to play a single game. I played Pokemon for 5 hours waiting for the game to be back up. And I actually had 900 people watching me play Pokemon and failing at it.
Open the whole time, just waiting to watch the place.
It was great. And then when it came
But-
back up, I had scrims. Exactly when it came back up, I had to go and practice. So it was good times. I
But
enjoyed it.
Pokemon was fun. 900 viewers
Yeah.
watching how you play Pokemon. That like is the most boring game ever. Like it was fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
That flame.
But I don't know. Like it's
So yeah, I will
quite.
play Hero League tomorrow, hopefully.
Just play Digimon, man. It's a lot better than Pokemon.
Yeah.
Digimon,
Please.
yeah.
Please.
Pokemon for life.
You should think about your tryout position again.
This is how we go.
Oh!
You're really like about to be burning some serious bridges here, saying Digimon's better than Pokemon.
Yeah.
You
Dude,
need to watch
BKB, I'm
yourself.
offended, man.
I'm just. I watched Pokemons. I liked it. I played the fish. Like how you know you get the chips. You eat the chips, and you get the thingies into the chips. How do you call them?
What are you talking about?
Yo,
I'm-
okay. I don't know what shit you guys do in Europe, but no, that's never been a toy here. All right, we don't eat chips of Pokemon.
Hey, BKB, I need you to sing
Just a
me.
second.
I need
Just
you to
a
sing
second.
me the
Wait,
Digimon
wait.
theme
You know what's
song.
going on anymore.
I'm gonna prove you something.
I need you to
Okay.
sing the Digimon theme song right now.
Oh yeah, put it please.
Digimon, digital monsters.
I want
That's
BKB to
that's the
sing
only
it,
part
though.
that's the only part I remembered. I wasn't a big Digimon
Something
fan.
like Digimon are my champions? I don't know.
Digimon are the champions.
There you go. I fucking told you. Like these ones. Like I would collect every single Pokemon of it.
Oh, you
And
mean
Oh, those
Pogs?
Pogs?
Chips.
explain shit better? Don't say chips that you bite and shit.
Yeah.
You throw them in a bucket.
I showed
come on,
this.
BKB.
I showed this. You play like them, you know, like you take
It's
this.
not about eating them and throwing them in a bucket.
Dude, I can't. If we have any younger viewers, they're not gonna know what Pogs are. Pogs are.
See,
Pogs
you see,
were.
get wrecked, man. Everyone is asking what the fuck is Pogs.
Well,
everyone understood
that's
me.
that's their fault, man. No one understood your chips nonsense, man. All right, Pogs were basically collectible little discs of cardboard that you would collect, and there was some weird game where you stacked them and you hit them with a slammer. And
Really?
Yeah.
there was a game behind it. It died out for a reason, okay?
Jake and I are making ourselves seem really old. Really, it's not that long ago. It just didn't catch on very well. It was like a brief year where everyone was into Pogs, and then it just went away.
It's just gone, yeah. Like I still have a tube of Pogs at home, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pogs, not chips that you bite and throw in a bucket.
Okay. Let's talk about Tychus. So Tychus, obviously, seeing a lot of changes. He's the tank buster, and he seems really strong now. He lost lane clear, which hurts him, but when it comes to his actual power in burning a tank, he seems pretty good. Does he have a place in the game now, Chris?
I feel so bad, like trashing out every rework. Just talking bad
so
about it,
bad.
but I think he's awful. I think he's
so
terrible as well. Like, its problem is you have to stand still, the enemies have to stand still for you to get value out of this hero. This Q is now even worse, because you don't have the 1 or 4 talents
no.
anymore. I don't know. I really don't know.
It's
I want to play new heroes. I love what they did with Savannahs. She's great, but like I wanted to play Tigers and Kathas. I was hyped, but they seem so underwhelming, and I feel bad just talking bad about it.
I think a lot of people put emphasis on his heroics. I don't think his heroics are the issue. I think Odin can be fine, and Laser is interesting, but I don't know. I think Odin's pretty decent. I think the problem comes with just his general him. And I agree. Like, the auto attacks is probably the main issue. Like, you can't go Q build anymore. Right. Like, that was probably the only viable build before. If you were to go build, it'd be Q build. But you can't do that anymore. And it's just too hard to, like, efficiently get damage on with him. And with like, if he had old Odin, where it would restore his health, where you could be that aggressive with your autos and be that close to them, maybe there'd be a chance for him to be play. But without like any survivability, and you have like the way his autos work, no way, man. He's just too easy to kill.
Like what I meant to Odin is good. It's just like like his survivability. I don't know. It just I don't know what he needs. He probably needs something that is like maybe more synergized with his Q or maybe W, because like having
He's good QW talents, not auto tech.
no,
He's not an
I
auto
mean the
tech hero.
I mean the passive. Yeah, exactly. Like because of the passive as well, right? Of the
Yeah.
changes. So I don't know. Like he like Chris said, he can't get just auto attacks in. His all damage
Maybe
is just W. I mean Q, and that's it.
maybe they need to do with his autos what they're doing with Tracer, how it's like kind of targetable. Like, isn't that how they're doing hers, where you can move while shooting or whatever?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they need to do with him. Maybe like implement how his Q works, where it's like just channeled onto a target into his actual auto somehow. Because yeah, you can't get autos off. That's the main issue. So if you're gonna keep the whole minigun thing as a theme, if you want him to be viable, you need to change how it works somehow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll have to see. What about against Cho'Gall? Just as a Cho'Gall counter, is he at least viable for that? Because of
And you put one Tassada sheet on Shogun and the minigun is like gone. Like, that's how I felt when I tried him. Like when I tried him, I played against, I think it was Johanna, and was like, oh god, I'm gonna destroy her. I have my minigun, like one Tassada shield, and I pressed my minigun and nothing happened. That's how I feel. Or she just ran away, or blinded me. Or she just ran away from me, and I tried chasing her, and I got like 4 auto attacks of my minigun off or something. That's how I felt about playing him.
I don't know.
Fight him out. It's like, oh,
That hero is just too difficult to balance, I think.
yeah.
Because of how like he's made, like with the minigun. I don't know.
just
But yeah.
the sluggishness. So last point I want to make on him is just the level 20 talent he has. Running, no, not run. What's it called? The 3 dashes.
Three dashes. Yeah.
Juke something. Juke and.
No, run it, gun it, or something like
Isn't
that.
running
I
on
don't know.
just an earlier talent?
Next.
Anyways, it's irrelevant. It's basically you get 3 charges on your E. That's kind of like a cool. We were talking about ranged assassins and removal of bolt. That's at least interesting and kind of like still mobility, but not bolt level mobility. Chris, how do you feel about stuff more like that? Because it's akin to what you were talking about.
I like it.
For Tracer. Yeah.
I like this a lot.
Not Tracer.
Like having different like alternatives to Blink. I like it a lot. This is one of the 10s I like about Tychus. And yeah. They should
Tychus,
do more of these.
Li Ming.
That's what I was thinking about, like a sprint for Jaina that leaves like you said, a trail of ice. That would be cool. So having unique talents is always nice. I like that.
The more you implement high mobility characters, the more likely that heroes with low mobility are just going to phase out. Like you got Li Ming recently, Greymane recently, the changes to Tychus, Dahaka's gotten the mobility with a Z. Like it's just going to phase out those slow people like Arthas, Jaina, like people who don't have those gap closers. Like every time you implement a hero like that, they just get worse.
I mean, we've seen a rise in Vala,
So
we've
true.
seen a rise in Falstad, all for those exact reasons. Barrel roll, Vault. It's cool.
So true.
Did we cover everyone? Sylvanas is next.
Oh
Sylvanas.
fuck that hero.
So
She's great
obviously
now.
she's seen some nice changes. They buffed her auto attack damage. They took away things like Envenom. They buffed her Q damage. They gave her new talents that make her Q a little bit more bursty, additional charge and faster fire rate. So she has a little bit more burst potential. They took away, I think they nerfed unstable poison significantly, or not.
Yeah, doesn't damage heroes.
Yeah. But they gave her possession at 7, and she now has mind control. Let's talk about mind control.
Dude,
It's so fun
it's
to
like
play with.
watching
Oh my
and
God.
like playing against Sylvanas in Hero League. You know those movies where it's like the main character's friends like running to them dramatically, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna make it, and then like an alien ship comes out of nowhere. It's like, "No, your friend's gonna die." That's like how Sylvanas, like you're like, "Get behind the gate, and suddenly mind control. It's like, "Oh no." Like mind control is
Basically.
hilarious in Hero League just because it can
Yeah.
secure the funniest kills. It's That is
I,
hilarious.
I think it's really strong.
Yeah.
I think it's a must pick. Like, just forget about the silence. I think you can do really a lot with it. Of course, the cleanse is a problem, but if there's no cleanse or cleanse was used before, if you can force it out, then I think the mind control can just win you fights. What I have seen in Hero League games, for example, or on streams of pro players, like with good Hero League games, like I would see 5 versus 5 fight. One of the teams would kill one of the guys and Sylvana would get the one of the 5 guys from enemy team and would just make a pick off, so it would be again 4v4. Because the team that made a kill, they're low, they need to disengage. She just pops the ult and just puts one target into their team. So like you could always like get a pick off in a fight, or like mid fight or after the fight. I don't know. Like
I
there's a
think
lot of
competitive,
use.
it's a 50-50 between both heroics.
Yeah.
Maybe I think so. Like silence and mind control equally
Silence is
strong
so-
competitive.
It's a ranged AoE silence. Like that's
Problem
always
is, what I see with mind control is in competitive happens a lot where you end up as a solo range assassin right now in the current meta, and then you just don't have burst to kill the guy you mind control.
Yeah.
You don't have 2 BD assassins, but they just might not get to it, the target instantly. That's like the only problem I have with it in competitive, but I like it a lot. We tried it out, it was so much fun to play with it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I agree. In Hero League, it's exponentially better.
Yeah,
for competitive,
for sure.
she's not like S tier or anything. She didn't jump up. Like she's better than before, in my opinion. But she's not OP.
Yeah.
She's not broken.
I think she's in a pretty good spot now.
I agree.
Like she does
Here-
good auto
here
take
too,
damage,
top.
Q does damage, she's had her pushing potential, she can snowballs really hard. So we're gonna see a lot of Sylvanas again, pretty sure about it.
Yeah.
But she's not.
There-
She might be like if the meta becomes like super split pushy. She might become first pick first ban. But in the current meta, I don't think she'll be first pick first ban.
No,
she'll
no,
be
no.
she'll be picked, but she won't be.
Yeah.
She'll be picked a lot more than
It's-
before. That's at least what I'm trying to say.
If you think about it, how many ranged assassins, like, or like, doesn't matter, specialist ranged assassins, how many good there are out, right? If you
Yeah.
think about it, there's Falstad, there's Li Ming,
Rayman,
Greyman, and
Vala.
Vala's
Sylvanas.
pretty good now.
Vala and Sylvanas.
Yeah.
and Zagara, I
five.
guess.
Zagara kind of.
Zagara.
Zagara
Let's
can.
Zagara
wow.
is like, yeah.
Little
So
different.
it's only, you think
Tychus.
about it, it's only 5. And there's 2 bans of each team. Like, I will tell you that in scrims we were in situation that we were forced to pick a bad ranged assassin because there were
Tychus.
actually no... Yeah, we were forced to pick Tychus because we actually also wanted to try him in scrims. But like, it just there were no ranged assassins. There was no one that would fit in the composition or like it would do damage or the job that needs to be done.
Yeah, Rage Assassin used to be healthy. And they nerfed Reyna, so Reyna doesn't see play anymore. They removed Taranda's ability to be played like a range assassin, so you don't see her as a third damage dealer anymore.
She's
So
happened in Dorm, but that's Dorm. It was fun. It was nice to see it again. The auto attack build.
I mean, it's just significantly worse than
Yeah.
It's good
It wa-
on
it
Tomb.
is.
It was always fine on Tomb. It was always good, got played a lot on Tomb, I think. At least in Europe. I don't know about North America, but in Europe, like always the Russians played full auto attack damage, I meant. Even with attack speed
Oh, we
on
played auto
level
attack
13.
Taranda. No, that's all we
was-
did.
Yeah, okay.
That's what K1 Pro brought on was just like the auto attack
Yeah.
build, and we would play her like a range assassin, but you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, just do the changes. But it's interesting. It's interesting to see the meta like that, just kind of limited pool of the ranged assassins that we're seeing.
It's not a limited pool. The problem is they're so strong right now that they receive bans. Like Li Ming,
Yes.
Foisted are banned almost every game, and then we see Greyman bans and Greyman first picks, and then maybe Vala's second rotation ban because she's strong, or Lunara's second rotation ban because she fits the
Oh yeah,
team
Lunar
count.
is there. Lunar is good.
But I love like the state of range assassins right now because they're all fun to play. Like I enjoy my role a lot right now. Greymane, Li Ming, Vala are so much fun to play for.
God, I love Vala. I'm so glad she's
yeah,
back.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Like
She's like
I made it-
hands down my favorite hero to play.
I
Dude,
made a Smurf now and only play Vala till rank 1. So I love her. She's my favorite
She's
hero.
awesome.
Reign of Vengeance is back.
I
and,
can't agree.
and
Oh, Reign of
Fierce.
Vengeance is good now, yeah. I like
Yeah.
it.
So very cool. I think we covered all the changes. Did we miss anyone?
Carrying buffs.
Ultralisk? No, no.
You want to talk about it?
Sure.
Oh, what I want to see. Okay, real quick. They said in this patch they fixed a bug that made battle momentum from Kerrigan not do the additional cooldown because of the splash, right?
Yeah.
That has been in the game since day one of alpha. How is that a bug that's getting fixed now? Like, why is that a bug at this point? It's been in the game its entire
Yeah.
duration, and it's like, we fixed a bug where Kerrigan's splash made, the thing fix or whatever. Like, what? That's been in the game since the start. If that was a bug, why is it just not getting fixed?
I don't know, man.
That's so weird to me.
All right, Chris, what do you want to say about Kerrigan?
I don't even know what to say about it. Also, reading it, I'm like, is this serious? I was trying to think what they want to achieve with it, but as soon as I don't know.
Usually when we see a
I
change,
wanted to talk about it.
Usually when we see a change like that, it means they're going to be changing something else about that hero down the road.
Be.
Like they did some
They want to
weird
remove
stuff.
Blink, I guess, so that's why they buffed the level 20 talent, because they want to remove Blink from her at some point. So
Just
I don't know. I really don't know.
Blink more than like
I
any
have
other
no
hero in
clue.
the game.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like Kerrigan without Blink, I can't even imagine it. So I don't know what they're trying to do. You can't even buff a level 20 talent on her, cause Blink is Blink.
Yeah. Cool.
I would have loved to see the buff, like Illidan got his level 4 talent now, where he can jump to allies and has more range. I would have loved to see Kerrigan have the same talent now, like level 13 or level 7, where she can jump to allies and has more range on it. I think that would maybe help her a bit. I'm not sure how much, but it would give her one more talent to
I
choose
thought
from.
she had a talent like that.
Yeah, but she has it in 2 talents, and Illidan has it in 1 at level 4, and she has 7 and 13. So making it in 1 talent maybe would
That
help
makes
her
sense.
maybe a bit as well. I would have loved to see that.
Yeah, that's something that Blizzard's kind of shied away from. They've done it. They did it with what's it called? Where they made Merklord and Superiority, whatever, combined. Like,
Yep. They
Yeah.
just did it with Arcane Barrier and Mana Addict. I mean, they're
Yeah,
starting to do a little
so
bit more of that.
it could happen, and I agree with you that there are a lot of useless talents that I think if you combine them with other useless talents, they have a place. So
Exactly.
I agree with what you said 100%.
No.
Awesome. All right, let's move on to
The Haka? Maybe a bit.
Sure, yeah. Let's talk about Dahaka a little bit. BKB.
I want to start. I don't want to be first.
I have a question for Chris. Chris,
Yeah.
is it hard, like when a warrior, like just from your current position, this is the situation that you fit in. When a warrior like this releases, is it hard to find where he falls when you're currently playing with a very bad warrior main? Like, how do you judge where a hero falls?
It's hard.
It's hard.
It takes some games to figure out, or maybe see other people play it in the different games.
Well,
Just give it to the enemies and see what they do
you,
with it.
you let your
If they-
opponents get it, so you can. Okay.
Exactly. So I can see how much the hero can do,
Okay.
and then
It's
we
just
can
ask
maybe
me.
practice it.
Dude, all right. Let's get to real talk. I've played a few games Dahaka. I don't typically play warriors. It's not really my jam. I think he feels bad to me. I don't think he feels very good. The tongue takes 10 years to come out. His lane clear is moderate, but not. It's like Diablo level. He doesn't. He seems.
BKB's gonna crush you.
Yeah.
Crush you.
Oh, maybe I'm doing the wrong build. He
The
seems.
hero is so broken.
Yeah.
Dude, I like I said, I'm booty with warriors, but I have had no success with Dahaka.
So
I think Dehaka has a voice head effect. Talk Zoya.
I just think the Haka has a very unique playstyle compared to every other warrior in the game, and people don't know how to do that yet. You have to be able to manipulate the map, and like you have to be very coordinated with your team for it to work. So he's not a warrior that you can just run every game like a Joanna or an ETC or a Murden with just randoms, right? You have to A, know how to play him and manipulate the map, and B, your team has to be on the same page as you. So he's a bit harder in that sense, but he is definitely not bad. He is not bad at all.
I don't know.
Like for me, it's a false head effect. It's like people don't know how much they can do with that hero. It's like skilled players are gonna be so good at these heroes because they know the limit. They know they can split push all day and get every wave more XP. And that's why Fortnite has such a low win rate because people don't know what they can do with these heroes and how to use Gust and stuff. And the Haka's kit is something. If a high skilled player learns and plays with it, I think it's gonna be really strong, really strong.
I have not seen Dahaka in a single Hero League game yet, and I've been playing a decent amount of Hero
Because
League.
people need to get it to level 5.
Level 5.
That makes sense.
I had to play like 7 quick match games to get him only level 4.5, so I still have to play some.
Yeah, that's really bad. By the way, I don't like that at all. But
Yeah.
It's
but
a
it
weird
makes
change.
sense.
I get it.
But I personally think that, like, I think he's quite, like, okay, he's not gonna be in every game, but he's situational because it depends on the map really a lot.
So
Because Yeah, it just makes sense, right?
So
So
he's like the right wing, like we said last week.
Not even that, because you can run it in most of the maps actually. Maybe not Tomb, maybe not Battlefield or something. But the thing about him is, when I get level 10 with Adaption, I can pretty much 1v1 any assassin. Like the damage, like you just use isolation, you just go sneak behind. You can even start a fight, you know. You can sneak behind, just use isolation, pop your W, get close to him while he's slowed. 3 second silence, pop your drag, get the W cooldown reduction, pop it again, and basically any like Keltas, Greymen, they're dead. Like
So
you sometimes it just lacks a little bit of damage. He has
W.
insane survivability. If you go on level 4 with the knockback, I think it's the way to go because of the meta also has a lot of like this meta has a lot of melee assassins or like melee heroes. Like it's really hard to kill him like because of
You
level 4 and passive and I don't know.
BKB, you said isolation and adaptation. Which are you grabbing?
Isolation, I think adaptation is trash. Like
Okay.
you always go for
For some
isolation
reason, I
pretty
thought
much.
you said adaptation. So basically,
No.
you're going the cooldown reduction at level 7. Are you
Yeah.
getting the knockback at level 4?
Yeah.
Knockback at level 4. What are you getting at level 1?
Level 1 I go for the wave clear. Only
wave
because I always tend to like
Yeah,
try
same
to
the way clear.
I just split push. It's just
Oh.
on level 7 I think you if you auto attack ranged creeps once time each they're dead. Like you just go pretty much clear the wave instantly
Wow.
and you just you just split push.
I've
Like in
been.
any map you just go and when you okay I'll tell you a story. Today in a quick match game, I know it's a quick match game. It's Sky Temple. I was taking the shots. I saw my team fighting. I had a level 20 talent. It's so broken. I would
That is holy
I
shit.
would mount up. I mount there where the fight is. I would like pop all my spells, kill 3 people, and go back to the shrine. Which is
Level
all.
20, it's
and
dumb.
it's
It
like
is dumb.
it's so
Dude.
fucking cool. Like I think he has a great spot. He can be a solo warrior if you have in team CC and hard engage. Like Troll is the best. Like Troll and the Haka is really sick together. Because Troll has really sick engage and also like he has hard CC. And the Haka kind of lacks because of like drag is okay, but still like there's counterplays to it. So if he can be a solo warrior, and I think he also can be a second warrior. Pretty much because he deals a lot of damage actually. I always have a lot of damage with him because of the W build.
Nice, man.
So that's I would say he's tier 2 top or tier 1 and but again it's situational. But if you get in the right position like in right draft, in right map, I think he's OP.
That's cool.
Oh.
Chris, do you trust in his Dahaka play? Do you think that he's a decent Dahaka?
Yes. I trust Nostalgia's good. I mean, I saw it a few games. Was good. We actually were laughing a lot when we had him the first time in a scrim. It was so funny how you just killed people and dragged them into your team and just like, yeah.
Mm.
And we went into really bad expectations with this hero, trying him out, cause like, his kit looked fine. But after trying him, it was actually a lot of fun to play with him and having him in our team. And he provided a lot actually. And yeah, we got surprised a bit.
He seems like
Because
it
we
would,
are not 100% sure, yeah.
he
But
seems
we're
like
not
he would
sure,
fit more
of
to the
course.
EU meta than other metas for sure, though. Like he definitely like fits that meta. I think we'll see him across the board though. What do you guys think about the like? I think we've had like the show's had this conversation like 3 or 4 times in the past. This is another situation where a warrior gets a wave clear talent, and I think it's another talent where it's auto include. Like it basically eliminates all the other talents at that tier.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, like Night Take Spawn.
Well,
Yeah. the old Leoric talent. Like
old
anytime there's a
Rexar
wave
talent.
clear option on a warrior, it becomes auto include. Do you think like that's fine, or do you think like they should just introduce that to the kit? Because honestly, at level 1, you can't go anything else. You have to go that wave clear talent.
Well, BKB.
that's the
Go
That's
ahead.
the problem. Like people tell me that's the wrong way to do, and I still don't understand. Like people suggest me to go 15% movement speed. I don't see how. Like I don't see how does it change the game. You know, like for example, or someone tells me to go regen. Like I have spoken with warriors. You know, like other warriors, and I haven't seen actually. I think one of them maybe go for the wave clear. But having this talent is like you said, it's like Joanna, right? They do block from 50 to 75, but still Joanna stakes, Knight stakes, Pawn, because it's also for the wave clear, right? I don't
Yeah.
know. It's pretty much the same. And I kind of agree what you're saying. Like it's a must, pretty much.
I think this hero specifically, it's a must. Like if you're playing him right and you're in
Yes.
multiple lanes
Yeah,
split pushing, like
exactly.
this is the hero where it is a must. Like it
Yeah.
blows my
So
mind that people are arguing for speed.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And in Europe, there's actually like top warrior players that would tell, like, I would know that they go for the movement speed, 50 essence, 15% movement speed, or they would go for the 50 region. And I'm like, I don't know, like that talent is so sick. You just split push instantly, wave clear, and you just do your job, and that's it.
So
Go
easy.
into, oh,
BKB, what are you getting at level 13 and 16?
level 13 and 16.
Yeah.
On level 13, I would go for the Verlish, like the one that 50% reduction, the Relentless.
Oh, yeah, on his W.
And if there's of course no CC, which is not possible in competitive scene, I would go for the 60% movement speed. From the brush, because actually when you split push and you go engage, it actually feels really nice. You can run in fast and take the right position, and you can also be like try to be around the people most, so you get the cooldown reduction from your W. So basically, you want to go for the Relentless on 13 if they have CC. If not, then you want to go for 16 movement speed because it's really sick if you can actually get it out. It's not a bad talent. I really like it. And on 16, I would go again, like if they don't have clans, the drag slow is good. But if they have clans and you take the drag, basically you use your level 16 talent. You just completely waste it. And if they have clans, then you just go for the drag range because I really don't like the heal. Like I tried it, and it would like heal
It's
like
so
maybe
bad. It's so bad.
yeah, like it would heal like this, and it would be like level 16 talent.
Yeah, how does that?
Like,
Yeah, I don't understand the logic, man. Like, if you could move while burrowed and heal or something, maybe, but
he's
It would
level
probably
16
be even better
talents.
as level 4 talent. It's like, even as an earlier 10, it would probably be awful. Even if it would
Like-
scale like the same, but as level 4 talent, I don't know.
His level 16 talents are just
Or
complete.
16 is just way too bad.
Like I tried the 20% rage, and I'm like, wait, did something change? Like it's maybe like I don't know.
So
Like
I
at
think
least when I
I think we talked about that one last week. We said they need to
Yeah, we
add
did.
like speed on it or something too, just to make it come out quicker because it's so like.
yeah, give it speed or like just give like 40% rage that you actually see the difference. Like look at all the heroes, level 16 talents, they're so broken, like it's insane in most
Yeah.
of the heroes. And then this guy has like I don't know, like he's like level 4 and 7 and 13 talents are better and like okay. Like it actually makes him quite good early and mid like hero. But quite like I guess the level 20 talent just makes him too good. But I would still go hard and shield if I was solo warrior, to be honest, because I still think he has a place as a solo warrior in actual team fights because of the damage input he can do, survivability, like the distraction, and also the CC, and also isolation, of course. So yeah,
Well,
but it depends.
Now I know
Every
how to
game
play.
I've seen so far has been
Apex
solo
Predator.
warrior, by
Oh,
the
solo
way.
warrior. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen many. I don't think I've seen a single one where it's.
No?
No, wait, I saw one game. I saw one game where it was the Haka Murden.
Okay.
But the rest were
Oh,
all
the
solo warrior.
Hakamurd, it feels nice.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, drag into stun or stun, and for the setup for the drag, it feels so nice. It's like what 6 seconds? Oh, for 3 seconds CC or something, or 3.5. I don't know. So yeah,
The dream, boys, the dream. Well, Dahaka, pretty darn good hero apparently. Not when I'm playing him, but I'll just leave that to everyone else. All right, let's get to the Blizzard AMA to talk a little bit about just a few things really. This probably just ended. It started 3 or 4 hours ago. I don't really know exactly how much they got around to answering, but there's a bit of news that came out of it, and notably mainly some warrior changes. So there's a lot of questions Blizzard responded to, and they came out. They said Arthas and Anubarak have updates coming soon. That probably implies reworks. They said updates, but who knows? It doesn't say rework, and these won't be as large recent updates as Kael'thas and Illidan. So they clarify that. So I should have read more. Artanis is getting Zealot Charge base, but not necessarily full Zealot Charge. It's basically like a half version of it, so they're giving him a nerf version of Zealot Charge at base. BKB, how much do you think that's going to help the hero?
I think like I I personally think Artanis is quite good. I just don't understand like I guess he's kind of a tank machine and he's kind of mid late, which this game is rarely
No, he's
about.
definitely mid late.
Yeah.
He's essentially Sonya 2.0 in my mind.
Yeah. I'm just said kinda, you know. But like on Towards Doom, I think he's good, and I actually think he could be viable on Battlefield of Eternity, like some reasons. So
Yeah.
and like
I
adding
know the reasons
that,
you're talking about. Yes, he
Yeah,
is
yeah.
definitely viable on that map.
so adding the baseline for the Zilla charge, I think would make him really good. Like
Yeah,
I think
so
he's
too.
good now. It's just people don't use him. Because it just
Mhm.
most of the games is like so much about early objectives. You try to snowball like standard stuff, But I don't know. Like he'll be definitely. It will have a huge impact. I think. I
Yeah.
really hope so. At least it's hard to say, but I really hope so, and I think so that it will give a good boost for him.
I agree. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
He hits a huge power spike at 13 and 16. That
Yeah.
right now that makes him like he's in my mind again very much a Sonya. Sonya gets power spikes 13 and 16,
Yeah.
and I definitely think he's viable right now, and that there's a chance we'll see him at Korea. But any changes to? I mean, I don't have any insight. I'm just saying I think he's good enough that he can be ran at Worlds and catch people off guard. So I don't know. I think if you're like that's gonna only buff him. If they need to give him a new 16 talent, but
I mean, that's all he needed early game. I remember when he came out, I played him to level 10 in like 2 days, and it was like at the 16, I always had so much fun playing this hero. It was just amazing. You could outplay, you could actually reach people. But before level 16, he just always felt so fucking awkward, and I didn't know what to do with him. I was like, just get to 16, boys, and we got this game. But before level 6, I was like, what do? I just chase targets, and I can't auto-attack them because I don't reach them.
Yeah.
But with baseline, Zilla charge, like maybe half the range or something, I think he's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I mean, the changes they made to him recently where they gave him Face Prism, or the big upgrade to Face Prism, sure, they nerfed Triple Strike, but I think just in general, like the Zealot Charge base, even if it's 50% of what it is, paired with the new Face Prism, he's actually going to have the ability to really peel and really make plays happen, which is something that he just really doesn't feel like he can do early game. You have to make a misplay in order for Face Prism to really get value.
Yeah.
More often than less. So hopefully that'll be changing. But I don't know. I'm pumped about that. We don't really know what's happening with Arthas or Anubarak. Just probably more than just that. Maybe just some new talents thrown into their mix. Something.
You know what? They ruined Arthas like a year and a half ago.
Oh, dude, he was your boy.
Horde Prince Arthas was the coolest skin in the history of this game. I don't know. I know BKB played it. I don't know if you played then, Chris. Arthas used to have a red tint on his Prince Arthas skin where he just had the Horde, like the red Horde emblem, right?
I remember.
And it was the coolest skin in the history of this game, and they just gave him the shitty new Prince
green
Arthas.
one. He has a green.
He
has a green tint now, and it's awful. No one uses that green tint.
Why did they
no
do
one
it?
uses that skin because
Was there any explanation for it?
Dude, I use the Alliance one.
I don't remember why.
That was randomly.
I don't remember why.
And
They might have
he-
given a reason.
I never
So I
played Arthas.
remember-
He's like level 5 or so.
He was OP.
He was OP then,
Yeah.
and it was around the
So
same time
OP.
he fell off when they
Yeah.
deleted that skin. So Blizzard,
Illuminati.
you need to bring that skin back.
Fuck them up.
All right. I
Yeah,
love that
Blizzard.
skin.
Stop doing work with Illuminati.
What they also said is Rexar does have changes at the horizon, but it's a little bit further away. We decided he doesn't need that yet compared to other people. He definitely needs some love.
Yeah, for sure.
No changes for Leoric coming. He specified that. But he also says that concerning supports, we do have a small update coming in a few weeks that should help the low pick rate heroics on them, as well as a few other roles. So supports are going to be getting love in the next patch. I think, Dunk was pretty upset when he read the patch notes. There are no change to supports. I know Bakery was upset as well. So I think all support players will be very excited to hear that there's maybe some improvements coming. I don't know what that means. I don't know if they're going to try to
Yeah.
It's really vague.
Cooldown
I just hope they don't
reductions?
make him broken. I hope they don't
I
make
can't
them
see
broken.
them like reworking every second. Like when you think about it, it's like Water Dragon,
Oh, yeah.
Bloodlust, Divine Storm.
I mean,
Those
I
are
mean,
like
see,
Archon, Shadows, like or Starfall. Like those are all the second heroics I think of.
Yeah.
Like the
the
only thing
thing
I can do to
is,
them is just
Emerald
kill them.
Wind, OP.
I love that hero.
I don't
man.
even
They
think
can-
Bloodlust like needs a buff. I don't even think like maybe Archon could use a little love. Maybe Water Dragon
problem
could use a
is-
little love.
I don't know. I don't like supports being buffed just because the reason I hate double support meta. I mean, we have it already, and it's the
Oh
worst
yeah,
thing
it's
to
so
play.
boring.
It's so boring
I-
to watch, dude. It's so
That's
bad.
why I'm always scared when they're talking about buffing supports or changing supports. And I think right now supports are actually in a good state. I think they're fine. Like after Rhaegar nerfs, and people said he was dead, but he still picked a lot. Like he's still a good
Yes.
hero. So I was like, oh my god, everyone was crying about how he's gonna be awful and never gonna be picked again, and he's still gonna be picked every game. And I think, but because he got nerfed, he made other supports still a bit more viable again. And I think support's in a good state. Just like Lily maybe needs some love, but that's about it. But the problem is she's easy to play, so if she gets strong, then I don't know. It's also
All
the
they said
She
best.
was
was
they're
OP
changing.
once.
Yeah, she was
OP
OP.
once.
She was
I wish her bugged.
All they said was they were changing the heroics that had low pick rates, and those are mainly
Okay.
like utility ones, like
That's
Divine
nice.
Storm, Water Dragon, and stuff. So even if they buff those, I don't see it changing too much, unless like Water Dragon like does like precision strike damage or something. I don't know.
But I guess supports in general are just boring to play in this game just because they rely so much on healing and can't make plays on their own. I guess that's like the biggest problem with supports.
Karasim's fun.
Kerasim is fun, but they're like not the biggest playmakers compared to other, like just imagine League of Legends having Thresh in the hero or Blitzcrank and just like hooking after hooking, but they don't provide healing. So non-heal support's obviously not viable in this game. So it's hard to get like playmaking healers, I think, or like releasing playmaker heroes. Just look at Medic. I don't know how people can play this hero. I think I played her once in a quick match. I wanted to stop after 2 minutes.
I don't
Literally,
like
something-
Medic.
I don't know.
I don't like Medic.
It's just playstyle you prefer. I know there are people
Yeah.
who love playing supports. Like,
I played
you
support
can't
League of
say-
Legends for a few months, and I
Yeah.
played like Trash and all that stuff that made plays and Braum and just ulted enemies. Like basically had Thundering, a support with Thundering, so you could initiate like supports in League of Legends were initiators as well, and was actually fun playing them. But it's
That'd be
hard
cool.
to get in this game.
I mean, they could make that. I mean, you could definitely
Exactly.
initiate with Force Wall to an extent, and they could definitely make supports that are like that.
Exactly.
I love
Maybe.
playing Tassadar, dude. Tassadar and Tyrande are so fun to play.
Make supports like really low damage, like most of the supports, and give them like maybe like engage or like hard CC or like hard engage spells and make them all equal type, like kind of balanced. So I don't know. So like going double support, maybe you don't have damage, but it like punishes you, for that or something. I don't know. But there are still like you can make plays with support. You can like save someone, I guess.
Yeah,
Or-
that's like about it. That's it. You can divine pump someone, and it's like the only thing that supports can play do right now is divine pump someone.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing.
Old
Or
cleanse you could make plays with.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, true.
That's-
That was the most
that's
stupid
frames,
thing
but-
what they did in the game.
That
Kinda.
outside, but now you're right. Like the only real thing a support can do, I would agree, would be palm, like just clutch palms. Because even like I don't know, divine shield's not even that like,
Yeah.
playmaking and then
Ancestral
Well,
and tanks are
we-
not that hard to miss sometimes.
yeah.
So yeah, divine pumps is like the real challenge. That's why every support loves Kerasim in Europe. Like every support just like only plays Kerasim because it's like the most fun.
It is
Because
fun.
you can actually feel an impact.
The
Yeah,
sound effect
yeah.
too. The I just wanted to see Zoya's face. I just wanted to.
I was gone one episode and this shit's happening now. Whoa, Jake.
Yep.
Been too long in Orlando, man. You need to go see your fiance.
Oh God. Yeah, I do.
But I guess, oh yeah, Mive Silence. Someone said in the chat Mive Silence. Maybe they want to make buff Silence so you can initiate with Blink and Silence into an enemy team. And it's in Playmaker. So maybe we see that happening. I don't know. But or Water Dragon Lily as a second damage healer with Water Dragon. You never know.
Silence
But
is good.
It's gonna be
though.
good. Yeah.
Sounds
If you think about it, like as far as I remember, there were some games played by Kinguin, like with the team on Europe when they were, and they played with Malfurion with damage and silence, and they had quite decent win rate in scrims and in tournaments. They have won. and no one kept like trying it
But
quite
it felt
hard.
like they would win harder if they just went for Tranquility. That's how it felt when I played against it. Or went it with like they went with like this double support Illidan and they just went Tranquility, Illidan couldn't die and just kill everyone else because it was when Illidan was broken. That's how I felt about it. But yeah, I know what you mean.
I just think with
Damage
silence you can actually win fights. There you go. You have a support that you can win fights. What if you like, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's not really playmaking. That's like walking in and hitting R.
No,
But
maybe like
you
maybe
have to
you
walk
hide
into your
before the
enemies, or
fight.
the enemies engage on you, and maybe you already die in the engage before you can use silence.
Maybe
Like, you
what
have
if
to
you
position yourself way too aggressive.
Why
And
just
you're
not
squishy.
coordinate? Why just not coordinate ultimate?
yeah,
You
Void
engage with
Prison into
Troll
silence.
ultimate? No, yeah, Void Prison silence, Troll ultimate into silence. You can always coordinate shit. You don't have to start randomly fighting and hey, I'm gonna run in and pop my silence. Like this game
You don't
doesn't
do
work
that?
like that.
So
No.
Malfurion's got big bird wings, right? What if they made it so that his Twilight Dream was a big like flap of his wings and it's a cone in front of him? Would that make it better? Like a big wide cone in front of him instead of just having to walk in the middle of a fight and cast it around him, which feels like kind of counterintuitive to the fact that he has to be positioned well. If they made it that it's a big cone in front, I feel like you would see tons of play.
Yeah, why don't you just buff his Moonfire damage and his healing as well, and then we can run 5 Malfurions in the same comp, Jake.
Yes!
Good idea. And we end like Overwatch where you play 5 supports or something and 1 damage dealer. I saw a game and it was great. So yeah, I want that as well, 5 Malfurions. Or 4 Malfurions and Liming or something. Sounds good to me.
I'm curious to see what changes they have to the supports, but I don't know. Most of the... I don't know. I don't see buffs... If they're like not changing the heroics or just like buffing like damage or cooldown or whatever, I don't see the current heroics fading out too much just because all the current heroics are super impactful, like Divine Shield, Social Healing, Divine Palm. Like, I don't care what the second heroic is, it's not going to be better than those unless it like one-shots somebody or something.
I just hope they don't just add more damage and more cooldown. Like on any other heroics.
Yeah.
That's why I
Divine
can
Storm,
do it.
Divine
Like-
Storm does more damage, no? Divine Storm does more damage but longer cooldown. I hope Blizzard doesn't do that.
The
Was
whole
already
false
done
stat
with Divine
effect,
Blast, yeah, and I don't know which
Fire
else.
Blast, Fire Blast.
And all that good stuff.
You know which hero would be really nice for the game actually? The support from Overwatch, the one with the TP.
Pharah?
Oh, she-
Or not Pharah,
No.
Symmetra.
Symmetra. I think she would be so sick. I don't know why. Like TP ult, like the ball, like the damage ball could be really useful in heroes. I don't know.
Who knows, man?
Just a thought.
Maybe we'll get her someday.
Yeah.
Pass.
When
Pass.
is Tracer coming out? Is anyone?
I think she's the next hero, right? What's everyone hinting
She's
at?
next. Yeah, there was already pictures with her, like in-game pictures. So I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think they've given a date. I would assume next, but
I hope so.
Someone posted this picture in one of the Skype chats, but it's actually quite like
I'm so afraid.
yeah, like
getting tilted already thinking about
it's
what
so
the kid is
funny.
like.
Check Skype. You know, with the ultimate of hers.
Wow.
I get the reference, and that's funny.
Can I post this on the chat?
Go ahead, man.
I don't.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, but I found it, so I mean it's on the Skype, so it's fine. Like I mean it's funny, kind of. But
Alrighty, guys. Well, we are just about out of time, so it is time for those shout outs. And let's start with you, Cris.
And as always, shoutouts to Team Liquid. They are helping us a lot, and we might even get to another bootcamp before going to England. And I hope we can do it. And shoutouts to everyone that watches me every day. And if you don't know who I am, you can follow me on Twitter at Chris Heroes, at Liquid Chris, on Twitch at Chris Heroes, and on I don't know what else, YouTube on Chris Heroes as well. I slowly start making guides for different heroes, talent builds, or whatever you guys request me to do. I slowly start getting more into YouTube and doing guides for the game and just helping out people. So yeah, that's about it. And thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, man. Thanks for
It's
coming
always
on.
fun.
Hopefully the new time of the show, 2 hours earlier, is a lot better for you guys.
Yeah, it's better. Like now I can watch it.
Awesome.
A bit more.
what about your announcement? what about your announcement that you're gonna move to Pokemon?
Oh,
Competitive.
yeah. That's
No?
not out yet. Why do you spoil that? I
Oh!
was- God damn it, BKB.
Well,
God.
congrats on qualifying for the first regional
Thank
in
you.
Europe, and
Easy.
easy. VKB,
Yeah.
take it
What's
away.
up? Oh, yeah. Thanks for coming by, Chris, I guess. Because it's... Wait.
What is happening?
I don't know. I'm scared.
Just a second.
Dude, look when he actually sits up normal in his chair.
I know.
The frame, like
Just so you guys know,
What's
BKB
happening?
is
He's-
tall as fuck.
he sits like
He's
this.
like 8 feet tall. But
No,
he
no,
looks like
I
he's
just-
like an old grandma in his chair. He like looks
No,
like
no,
a
no.
tiny little boy, but he's actually just
No,
massive.
it's because of the chair goes down. Sorry, I read something. It's something bad, but none, doesn't matter. Thanks for coming by, Chris. I just want to say that we see each other every day, you know. So, but thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. It was fun.
No problem.
Yeah. Sorry for the cringe moment, by the way.
It was nice
And-
talking to you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Okay. And yeah, for me, like, yeah, there's Twitter and there's Twitch. I stream almost every day, every second. And if you wanna know when I'm gonna stream, you probably should follow on Twitter. That's the place where I like put my schedule. And that's it. And again, Chris, thanks for coming by and let's practice hard, you know.
Yeah.
Cringe.
All right, Zoya.
Head over to tempeststorm.com. We've got 2 pretty big announcements coming.
Oh, damn.
One's content related and one's like team related. Those will both be out next 2 to 3 weeks. So they'll be out before DreamHack. So be hyped about those. Tomorrow I will be casting the very first ARAM tournament, which is going to be awesome. I don't remember the Twitch channel it's on. There's a Reddit thread that's sticky at the top right now on the Hero subreddit. You can see all the info there. I will be casting that tomorrow. I know I had other things to say. I've been watching a lot of Cris and Arthurs lately, streaming, because they just happen to be streaming when I'm doing work stuff. They
Wow,
have
nice.
really good streams. They are probably my 2 favorite pro player streams right now. So they
Oh.
both plug their streams. Do go check them out because they are
Thank you.
probably the 2 most educational streamers right now when it comes to the pro scene. Like they're really good at just being entertaining and talking. So
Excellent.
definitely go check out those and check out my stream as well. Whenever I do it once a month.
But thanks for the kind words, Zoya. Like
I
these
legitimately
things-
like just sit in your guys' chat like and watch your stream like every day.
These
I like
things
this.
motivate me. Thank you
Yeah,
a lot,
same.
man. But I just as long as I don't tilt, I think I'm actually quite okay with streaming. Because sometimes I lose a heroic game and I just randomly say bye guys and turn off the stream. You know?
It takes a lot
You
of
have to
respect
fix
for
that.
me not to do the same thing when I stream. But see, the difference is I don't rage quit the stream. I just don't stream for a month after the one bad Hero League game. So I get that feeling. I'm gonna be a lot of people have been like saying that like with like a lot of the casters retiring, like they keep pairing me with that. I am not leaving the scene at all. Literally nothing has changed from my involvement in Heroes except for me being the host of this show. I'm still casting. I'm still managing. I'm still doing a lot of things. So I haven't gone anywhere. So please don't think that I've just vanished and think Heroes is bad because that's not the case. I am wanting to cast a lot of things. I've got casting announcements coming up and a lot of cool stuff. Looking to hopefully be casting the qualifiers for NA regionals as well. So I'm not going anywhere, people. I'm just not going to be on the show every single week.
Yeah, I mean.
Thanks for bringing me on, Jake.
1 week off. I'm like, Zoe, you want to be a guest? He's like, are you kidding me? I'm like, nah, man. He's like, okay. I missed his giggle. All right, guys. The Town Hall Heroes EU Invitational. This is the
Oh my God. Just a
tentative
second.
date.
Jake, just a second. I actually thought, Zoya, you're a permanent host. At least it felt like that, and I completely forgot to thank you for coming by because it actually felt that you're like, because we've been like doing this not the first time. So I completely got out of the mind.
Bro.
So thank you. Yeah, so thank you very much also for coming by, man.
Thanks for
And
coming
it's
by,
as
Zoya.
always, nice to see you, man. And I'm happy. I hope everything is fine. You're doing what you like to do, and hopefully we meet soon as well. You know.
Yeah,
Like,
miss you, man. It's been too long.
yeah, I know. Like, it was really fun in the night. Yeah.
So
But
we're doing an EU Invitational for Town Hall. We're still in the process of like getting sponsors. There will be a crowdfunding element to this, just like the first Town Hall, which had like a $2,500 prize pool, which we thought was pretty cool. We're gonna try to get this one to have at least 2,500 in sponsors, and then try to get it up to about 5K. But we'll see. I definitely want to try to offer a 5K prizing to the community for sure. But it was a lot of fun. The first one we did is just like a really cool thing to do. I think we had some really good games that we didn't expect. We thought it would be this just like really casual. Just fun thing to do for the community, and it turned out to be like one of the most epic events because people cared less, so they did like crazier things, and it was a really good viewing experience, I think, for everyone because I don't know. So we'll definitely be doing that, and we'll have more info on streams. Yes, it says $0 right now. There will probably be 2 streams for it for a good portion of it, and we'll let you guys know more about that when we are ready to do so. So that will actually conclude this week. I don't think there's going to be a show next week because I'm actually going to be taking some time with my fiance. She's flying down here to Florida. We're going to be having like a little mini vacation, and then
Harry Potter World.
Yeah, we're going.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're going to Harry Potter World, and we might go to Disney as well. But there's a vague chance we'll have a show. But because she flies home that night, but I fly to Seattle the next morning, so I got to figure it out. We'll let you know. Plan for no show next week. There's a chance that there's a show next week, and then the week after that, the show will probably be on a different day because I'm flying home from Florida then, and then moving into a new house. Things are going to be crazy for sure. UTA, are they winning Hot D? We'll find out. Claudius, good luck, guys. I'll see you guys in Seattle soon, and. Cris, PKB, Zoia, thanks for joining me, guys. GG's.
Thanks for having me here.
GG's.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah.